Joe full of shit. I'll be right back. Bless you. Hi, Bakersfield. Good to see you, sweetie. Bless you. Hi, Bakersfield. Good to see you, sweetie. Bless you. Good morning. How are you guys this morning? I'm waking up a little late today.
St. Jude Park.
No, Randy, I'm not high yet. I haven't hit one thing yet. Would you like to be first to hit something with me? Oh my God, Bakersfield. I read something about that on just the comments this morning. Hey, Abigail, we're not eating leaves. Um, so what the fuck? So what the fuck? Are you getting implants? What is the reason for that? Holy shit. And how are you doing? Are you okay? How are you feeling? Did they give you pain meds? I can't take pain meds. I can't take them because of my red hair. Like, I get allergic reactions, so I can't even imagine what I would do if I was in a position like that. It'd be crazy town, and I'm so sorry. Oh, you got stuff in already. So your whole head must be throbbing, dude. I can't even imagine. They talk about someday in the future I might have to get one implant on that tooth in the front. Or is it this side? I don't remember. But it's one of the teeth next to my big front teeth, and they say down the line in like the next 10 years that tooth might have to come out. We might have to put an implant there. And I was just like, what? Say who? Say what? I was like, no, I will save that tooth. And they're like, no, maybe you can't in like 10 years. So I'm afraid of that. So you're going through that right now. 16 Percocets. All right, all right. I haven't heard anybody being on Percocets since I was a stripper. Boy, did all the strippers used to love the Percocets, sweetie. I myself am allergic to them. I can't take them. I can't take Percocets. I can't take Vicodin. I can't take Tramadol. Any of it because of my red hair, because of the MC1R gene. If I'm not allergic to it, then I get like an allergy reaction regardless. You're allergic to Vicodin too? Flip Flat, how are you doing, sweetie? Good to see you, Flip Flat. Flip Flat, you're up early. I've got my fan out, you guys. I think it's hotter this morning than it was last night. And here's what I want to tell you guys. I have 2 air conditioners in my home. We don't have central air because I live in a Victorian home. My home's 115 years old. But my entire life, we've lived here for almost 9 years. We've always been able to have 1 AC downstairs and 1 AC upstairs, which is in my bedroom. But I keep the door open in the bedroom, and it takes care of the whole upstairs. It's 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. It takes care of it. Our whole house has been hot since yesterday. The AC is not doing it. I don't know about you guys, but my AC was barely working last night. I had to go to bed, and I was hot. The AC was on, but it wasn't quite doing it. That hot air was getting through my house. I don't know what you guys are going through. Hi, sweet treats. You're cooking eggs for breakfast? All right, all right. Well, Flip Flat, I hope you're not doing it the way Chicken Andy does with piss. I hope you're using butter. Funny stuff, I know. So, let's do our introduction. Welcome. Hello, you guys. My name is Jennifer. I'm the Real Housewife of Cleveland. Make sure you are subbed up. If you're not, sub the fuck up. Make sure you hit that twice so the notification bell goes on. So you know when I go live. I go live all the time. Lately, I'm working on my channel. That means watch hours. That means I'm going live an extra amount lately. I'll probably do that for the next 2 weeks, you guys. Be going live for every reason that I can, and then I'll probably give it a little breaky poo again. This is really good for my algorithm, and it's really good for my channel to continue to push this content the way I am. Plus, I'm feeling extra creative. Hi, River Rat. How are you doing? Snot says, ooh, Ohio. What's the matter with Ohio? Oh, hi, oh. Did you like that? I'll give you another cheer. Are you ready? Okay. Oh, Abigail's joining. Abigail's doing the Ohio with me. Ready, Abigail? Oh, hi, oh. Right, Abigail? Yes, Abigail says she's doing the cheer with us. Hello, Bascooba-Doo. She said Ohio is wonderful. Why, ew? No. Like, if you're talking about East Cleveland, okay, maybe ew. But I live on the west side of Cleveland. No, I don't. I'm lying. I live in Lakewood, which is 4 doors down from the Cleveland border, and I'm on the west suburb of Lakewood, which is amazing, right by Edgewater Beach. So it's lovely, you guys. Oh, yeah, okay, no, Edwin is right. Edwin Newman, you're right. You're right. It's not oh, hi, oh. It's oh, hi. Oh, exactly, Edwin. You're very funny, and you're very correct. I love you very much. Hugs to you, Atorius. Hugs to you. There you go. There's a hug for you. Let's give you guys a little spin. Make sure you guys are wearing something comfy. Okay, so this is a good one today. Look at this. What am I even in today? What am I even wearing? So these are like athletic shorts. Yes, they're like hot pink athletic shorts with a gray stripe. We have the gray fancy tank top with the pink bra to match. So, you know, it's amazing. We're color coordinated with our underwear today. Make sure you have something to drink. You know what I'm drinking, bitches. You know what I have. Matthew Cower, you're on meth this morning? That's not good, sweetie. It's a little early to be doing meth, Matthew Cower. Matthew Cower is on meth. Matthew Cower is on meth. Matthew Cower is on meth. This is a California sober channel, you guys, so we don't do drugs over here. We do cannabis content, and that's it. We don't even drink alcohol. We're especially not acting out like some people in chat. You know, Matthew. Well, let's call him Methany. Let's call him Methany. Methany is in chat. Funny. Anyways, this is a California sober channel, so all you'll ever see on here is cannabis, you guys. We don't drink alcohol, and we're certainly not like the chatters doing meth at 9 a.m. in the morning. Matthew! So drink up. That's what we're drinking. And make sure you guys have something to smoke. Make sure you guys have something to smoke, because it's almost 4th of July. Ooh, Peter McLaughlin's coming in. He says he has lung cancer. It's rough, Peter. Why do you have lung cancer? You okay? Strange thing to be coming in my chat saying first things first in the morning. Okay, but you have lung cancer. Bummer. Bummer for you. Hi, Addie Jack. 420 indeed. 420 indeed. Hi, John from Oceanside. Good morning. Puff Puff Pass. Addie Jack is sending me a flower. Look at that. I caught it right away. Heather Navarro is what are you doing? Heather Navarro is sending me magical looking glasses. That's what Heather Navarro is doing. Oh, Bakersfield is sending me flowers. Bakersfield, thank you. I feel like I should be sending you flowers. Hold on. Let me give these to Bakersfield Farms. These are for you, sweetie. I actually give you some real flowers because I feel what you're going through with your teeth today. You're sending me gifts. So these are for you, buddy. I stole them on my stream the other day. Can you smell them? You're a member. You should be able to smell them. That top button over there, it's pink and sparkly. It says Jennifer. Hit it. That's your smell-o-vision button. You get that when you become a member of my channel. So I know you can smell these. And they do smell amazing. They do smell amazing. So these are specifically for my Bakersfield farms. You just smoked a fat what? I don't know what you're getting at, but I want to know what you called it. A fat spliff from the UK. Hi, UK. What's up, UK in the house? We don't like spliffs in America because does that mean that you put tobacco in with it, sweetie? Why do you UK people do that? Why do you ruin your weed with tobacco? Or did you not do that? To my knowledge, a spliff in England means you do half marijuana and half tobacco, which is really gross. Us Americans don't do that. We call that a mole rip, and we leave that to the homeless people. I wonder why you do that and ruin your weed. Do you do that personally, or did you just did you have a regular joint? Hi, Guzman. Hi, Clifford. Hi, John Smith. What's up, California? John Smith is here from California. What's up, California? Good to see you in the house. Make sure you're subscribed to me. I love you. Guzman says, can you make me a moderator? And he says, how are you doing? Guzman, I don't have mods on my channel, but thank you for asking. And you're from Texas. Welcome, Texas, to Cleveland, Ohio. I don't have mods, sweetie. I'm a very successful streamer, and mods can mess up your channel. I like to know exactly what's coming in and what's going out, so I take care of my channel now. I used to have a lot of mods. I don't anymore. I got rid of them all. They're all still here. They're all still my friends. They're all still in chat. But no one takes care of my channel but me. So thank you for asking, sweetie. Anthony Hood, hello. Snot is in chat. Snot is in chat. What's up this morning, chat? Snot, you're from Earth? Amazing. I'm not. Hobby, send 100, 100%. Ooh, ooh, 100% ooh. Thank you for that. Thank you for your gifts, 100%. I am a gorgeous white queen. Thank you. And I'm one of the whitest. I don't go in the sun, so I'm the whitest thing you'll probably see this summer. Irontown, Ohio. Well, you said Irontown. I don't know what Irontown is. A bikini shot. We're not wearing bikinis today. Hey, killer, why are we barking? You live at home in a trailer. Okay. I've never been in a trailer. Okay, all right. Let's go. Let's get in the house. Get warm. Did you not want to be out here anymore? Get in the house. Go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Baxter, you're still out here. Did you want to go in the house or you want to hang out here with mommy? I think you're hot. I think it's too hot out here for you. Why don't you say hi to YouTube and we'll put you in with the rest of the guys. Here's Baxter. Look what a little cutie patootie he is. Let's put him in the house. You've heard of Irontown, Ohio? I'm in Northeast Ohio. I've not heard of it. I thought maybe he was making a reference to just like Cleveland, how we have a lot of iron workers. I wasn't sure about that. So, hello from Irontown. I don't know about it. I've seen someone put tobacco in a blunt once, but was nearly sick at the sight. Yeah, me too. It's gross, and they do it a lot in England, you guys. Hi, Corey Lee. How you doing? Um, it's gross. It ruins the weed, guys. Don't do that. Don't put tobacco in your weed. If you need to. Hi, Chamad. He is so cute, isn't he? That little Scooby Doo. God, he's so cute. And he did want to stay out here, but he's too old, and he's got that bad throat condition. So I don't, it's not good for him. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going on about, you guys. Tobacco in the weed. It's bad news. Aggressively hydrated. Oh shit, tell me I'm hot some more? You want me to tell you that you're hot? Aggressively hydrated? You're so hot. You're so hot. You're so good looking. You're so amazing. Look at Electro's in chat and he's sending me all kinds of things because he wants my nose on the screen. Hello, Electro. How are you doing? He likes to see me very close up. How you doing? Thanks for those gifts, sweetie. Good to see you in chat. Chest Rockwell, Southern Ohio town across from Kentucky. Okay, got you. Well, welcome, neighbor. I'm in Lakewood, Ohio, which is right next to Cleveland. I'm right by Lake Erie and Edgewater. DL Can, hello. You're sending me cigarettes, smoke, and basil leaves. Okay. Okay, so that's trees, probably trees and smoking is what you're showing me. Okay, well, let's smoke a little something then. I do have a big joint rolled. I do have one, and you guys, it doesn't have any tobacco in it. I also have a couple things. I should paint the steps this morning. I got up putting this on thinking I was going to paint my front steps, but it's so hot. I'm thinking about fucking not. What do you think? Just no for this one.
If you're putting off selling your work because most platforms overcomplicate it, stop scrolling.
I realized that Etsy doesn't actually let me own my own shop. It cuts into my profits.
Don't do drugs. Your mom. We don't do drugs, sweetie. This is a drug-free channel. There are no drugs that are ever on here, and I'm sober. So there's no alcohol and there's no drugs. This is a cannabis content channel. So all we do over here is cannabis. And that's not a drug. It's a medicinal plant, and it's 100% uwu legal in Cleveland, Ohio. So that's what we've been doing over here. Hold on. I'm trying to get a vibe. 1 second for a vibe. Well, this is going poorly for me. 1 second, please. I don't know. Perfect. Oh, we got another sparkle from Electro Star fan. Did you want the nose again? Do you want my nose close up? Would you like something else today? Would you like my boob? Do you want the boob close up? Amazing, right? There you go. KZ! Hey, hey! Long time no see, KZ. What up with you? Kenneth. Heather's cracking up. You like the boob? This girl is on coke. That's why she looks like Connor in the Roadhouse interview, straight bug-eyed. Okay. We don't know who Connor is in the Roadhouse interview, buddy, because we're not white trash like you are, okay? No one knows what you're talking about because you're on coke. I haven't done coke in at least 20 years. Let's just be honest. The last time I did cocaine, it was at least 20 years ago. I don't even do when I have allergies, I don't even take a cold medicine, you guys, because it makes me feel speedy. What is my normal drink? caffeine-free ginger ale. I don't even drink coffee, weirdo. So no, I'm definitely not on cocaine. If I could do any drug in the world right now, promise you it wouldn't be cocaine. Someone sat a tray, a pile, a mountain with rails of cocaine in front of me, and it was the best cocaine ever known to man, and said, here, Jennifer, do all this, and I'll give you a $1 million. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, because cocaine is disgusting, and it makes me feel like I'm dying. So no, I'm not a fan of cocaine or speed, weirdo, but it's weird that at this time of the morning that's heavily on your mind. And I know what cocaine chicks look like. I definitely don't look like a cocaine chick, and I'm not bug-eyed. My eyes are barely open because I'm getting stoned. So it's a weird thing to say, chatter. You're probably cracked out. I love being called a weirdo. Well, you are a weirdo, but that's okay. We're all weirdos. Everyone in my chat is a weirdo. I love to have weirdos. We are like the misfit island of toys over here. Oh, look at that. We just got a $2 super chat from Electro Star fan. He really likes to see me close up, and he likes to see different parts of me close up, you guys. So we entertain that because we like him, because he's a good guy. Right, Electro Star fan? I appreciate you donating to my channel that way. So it is actually the Disney castle, but that's not what it represents to me. To me, it represents my castle, which is my home that I have with me and Skippy. Because me and Skippy, I consider us the prince and the princess, and we live in our castle. And for a while, when we were first married, you guys, we were just renting, and moving from place to place. And when we finally got this place, it was a rent-to-own situation. So it actually represents our home right now, and probably the next home we will get. I love this necklace. Since he got it for me, it was one of our wedding anniversaries, probably. It might have been even 10 years ago. I've never taken it off. And what I can also show you is, do you see the links of this chain? Every single link is a tiny heart. If you see that, it's a little bit glittery. And then this, the castle, it's not only silver, but it has some rose gold. I don't know if you can see that with some little diamonds. So, yes, it is a castle, but it doesn't represent Walt Disney Castle. It represents my castle. So, I never take that off. That's the only piece of jewelry besides this that I never take off. And this says, she hath done what she could. So thank you for asking for the close-ups, Electro Star fan. Good to see you. Jared Nelson says, beautiful. I have my fan out today, you guys. Still from yesterday, because boy, is it nasty out here. You and Skippy ever go fishing? No, we've never gone fishing together because I freak out. Skippy has a buddy who has an actual fishing YouTube channel. What is it called? Fishin', flippin', whippin'. That's our buddy. That's our buddy Andrew, and he's got a YouTube channel too. So he does a lot of fishing, and sometimes Skippy might go with him, but I don't want to go, you guys. I don't want to go. Look, I like the part about fishing, sitting around, smoking the joint, talking, looking for the fish, but the second you catch it on the hook, panic ensues within me, okay? Because I am an animal rescuer and an animal advocate. So even though it's sport, even though you're going to kiss it and throw it back in, I just know that an animal has been hurt. And I know how I would feel if it hooked to my ground. So I start to panic. And I realize I'm the wife, okay, and there's guys here, and I got to be cool because I got to be cool. So I try to be cool, and then they bring it up on the land, and then it's flopping, and then they hold it, and they try to get the thing out of its mouth. At that point, I may be uncontrollable, and I may let out a, ah! Yeah, and the boys all might look at me, and I really can't control myself at that point because I am so upset and worried about that fish suffering. And they say, Jennifer, it's okay, sweetie. He's not suffering. Look, kiss, and we throw it back in. Well, I am horrified. It is a nightmare of a thing, and I don't want to be a part of it. And for me, it's just panic attack after panic after attack. And I'm an empath for animals, and feeling the pain of the animal and seeing the look in the fish's eyes like, what are you doing to me? And the boy is laughing. No, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. So, no, I don't go fishing. Kenneth, what is up? Oh, that's Cleveland. Kenneth. You need a AC portable fan battery. Yeah, that'd be great. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'll put one on my Amazon wish list today, you guys. Go take a peek. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. Heather Navarro wants a cartwheel? Okay, Heather. Whatever Heather wants, Heather gets. Heather! Just for Heather Navarro. And a little butt shake for her as well. Oh, my shirt went up a little bit there, didn't it? You'll have that with cartwheels. So yeah, Skippy will go fishing with his buddy once in a while. You guys should go check out that YouTube channel of Andrew's. But I don't want to go. I'll stay home and watch podcasts on Anunnakis. Thank you very much. A9MX, hello. Electro Star fan says do more. Hi, Dark High Life. Hey, I went to your channel last night. I was looking for the video where you shouted me out. But I kind of stopped because you have so many videos shouting so many people out. And I just didn't know where I was. I watched like 3 of them. I couldn't find the Real Housewife of Cleveland shout out, or I would have shared it. But if you want to tell me exactly which one it is, I would go look for it. And I would love to see it. You shout out a lot of people. Dark High Life, which is very nice of you. I've never actually seen another channel like yours that does that. So that's really cool of you, and I do like that you add that in with your content. Very cool of you. But you have so much of it I couldn't find myself. I just quit looking, buddy. I was just like, he likes a lot of people. There's a lot of people in here. I cannot find myself. Can I cover the camera with your chest instead of your nose for a change? Oh, I bet you'd like that. I bet you would. Who's sending me the pictures of... Oh, it's Dark High Life. Sending me the pictures of Mr. Black grabbing my boob. You know, Mr. Black is obsessed with my boobs. You know what? I think Electro Star fan might be today, too. Electro Star fan wants a close-up of the boobs. Okay, we'll give you one right here. There you go. Some other people might like this as well. You want Tamara too? I just gave you Tia. That's Tia and Tamara because they're identical twins. Identical twins. Tia and Tamara. Not a lot of women can say that, by the way. That's a flex. It's a flex for me. Not a lot of women. And being an ex-stripper, I know this. Not a lot of women have boobs that match. I do. My titties are identical. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Yeah, when I was a stripper, even the girls with the natural tits, I'd be up on stage. I'm like, why? Is this one swinging that way and this one's looking left? What is going on with ladies' tits? There's only about 2% of women in the world that I've seen as a stripper of 20 years that your boobs match. And if you get a boob job, it is rare that your boobs will match. More likely if you have a natural titty like mine, that they match. So I'm very excited to tell you that I have matching boobs. That's why I've named them as such, Tia and Tamara, after the identical twins. Okay. Not that you asked, but I'm letting you know that. Danger Chris, hello. Put that cat on cam too. Oh, you want my pussy on cam? Well, honey, that's a lot. You're gonna have to at least send me a cash app or a super chat for that one. We should not be putting our vagina on the camera for you. I tried finding where that guy shirt you burned where he talked about you, but he also had too many videos. I gave up. Okay, well, Bakersfield Farm, let me make this real easy for you. You're talking about Steve DeLeve. What a fucking asshole, right? Yeah, he has so many videos of me. It's hard to see. And he has a lot of them private behind a paywall. So I'm going to make this real easy for you. Steve DeLeve did me dirty when he made a 7.5-hour live stream against me. On my channel here, I have shorts, videos, live streams, correct? What else do I have? Playlists on my channel right here. Go look at my playlists, Bakerfield Farms. One of my playlists is called I Have Clippers Now, because I do. And that playlist, I have collected a few of the most disgusting clips that people have made of me. In that playlist is the 7.5-hour live stream from Steve DeLeve. It's called It's Been a Long Time Coming. It's 7 hours and 45 minutes, a live stream, all against me. Thank you for that super chat. That's a $2 Cash App. Thank you, S. We're going to call you S. Thank you for donating to my channel, S. So if you guys want to see those nasty things and see how famous I am on the YouTube, not, you don't have to go look anywhere. Just stay right here on my page. Look at my playlists. I have a couple playlists. One's called stuff I've done with other YouTubers that might be entertaining too to some of you. But the specific one is called I Have Clippers Now. And it is the most ugliest collection of shit that people have put out there against me. I think I have some from DJ Electra on there too. The one where DJ Electra said I was so ugly I should kill myself. Yeah, that one. Where they put up Rocky Dennis, the picture from Mask, next to me and said I looked like that. So if you want to see that Steve DeLeave thing, don't go to his channel. Don't give him those views for sure. Just look at it on my channel. Go look at that playlist and look how people cyberbully me, harass me, and make fun of me, and then they use that as their own content. It's really gross because those people could never go sit out in their backyard under an umbrella and just talk to chat about something positive. They have to take a woman, steal my content, which is what they've all done. It's illegal on YouTube to steal someone else's image and live stream. But they can get away with it if they write fair use over it and they pretend like they're a journalist talking about me. Well, they're not a journalist. It's a fucking PDF file doing cyber crimes and harassing me and stealing my content because they can't make content themselves. I can't imagine. This guy's never had a girlfriend either. You know, he had one girlfriend once and she came over to my channel and went to a million other channels and said how he abused her. You know, that's neither here nor there, but I've never seen the guy with a woman since. But what I do see is him live streaming every single day, picking a woman and harassing her, and that is his content. Whether it be Daisy the Venice Healer, whether it be Brooke, who's homeless and not well, whether it's me, where it's Mary the Mermaid Fairy, okay? There's a lot, Basil, he's talked shit about Basil here in my chat. So, he's a real douche. And all you have to do is look at him. And if you do research him here on YouTube, just stick his name at Steve DeLeave. And don't look for his channel, but look for other videos that have been made about him. Because there's numerous video after video after video of people making videos about him saying what a horrible person he is, how you can't trust him, how he was sexting with 14-year-old girls in his chat, how he's a PDF file. So, I did take a bunch of those videos and I made a little montage on my channel too, so you can all see those as well. Yeah, he's a real dick. He thinks it's content just to take a nice girl like me. He would probably take this live stream, steal it, and put it on his show and say, look what a piece of shit she is. Look at her. She's all cracked out. She probably doesn't have a husband. It's probably a lie. She beats her animals. He does say that about my animals. You know how I rescue my animals and Baxter's sick? He has said on the show, and I've clipped it here, that my animals would be better off dead. That you guys watch them die behind me, and I keep them alive for content. That's what he says. No, it's not the truth. What the truth is I rescue animals and they get a second chance, thank you to me. So he's a real piece of shit, Steve DeLeave. So don't bother going to his channel, look right on mine. Yeah, all the videos we're talking about don't another blonde woman. So it's Brooke. He covers Brooke, and Brooke is a poor woman who's not mentally well, who's homeless. Okay, and she, to keep her mind, she live streams. So Steve takes every single one of those live streams and makes fun of it and rips it apart as much as he can. Why don't you take a walk, Steve, and do some IRL? I don't know. Why don't you walk down Canadian streets and film that so us Americans can see it? He's not even from America. He's in Canada, you guys. But you'll never see a video on his channel of him creating content. You'll just see him harassing women, once in a while a man, and stealing their content. That's all he does, you guys. And it's gross. Alex, thank you for the star. Thank you for the star. I don't know what Brooke's channel is. I honestly don't. I'm not even subscribed to her. I wouldn't even know to tell you where to look. But she's a lovely girl having a very hard time in her life and doing the best she can and filming it as she's going. Look, is she perfect? Is she doing the best job in life? No. But is it Steve's right to be able to take her and harass her the way he does on a fucking daily basis? No, it's not. Does everybody know that Steve is covering, that he's covering them? Yes. Brooke is aware of it, and she hates it. She's threatened. You know, us as people that he's harassed, we've tried to go to YouTube and get that shit taken down, and we can't because he pretends he's a journalist. So he does journalist things over that fair use, just like Janny does when Janny clips me. These people aren't journalists, they're losers. They're losers that harass women, and they hide under that cover to be able to do that. And it's really gross. Can you imagine what they might do in their real life? How they might treat their women in their real life if they had one, or their sisters, or their daughters, or their mothers, or a woman on the street. Can you imagine if they're maybe passing an elderly woman on the street and her groceries are falling? What do you think they do? Do you think they stop and help her? Or do you think maybe they laugh at her? So those are the kind of people that cover me, and it's gross. So I'm gonna put that out there. I tried to forgive Steve, and I tried to be friends with him, and I did give him a second chance, but he stabbed me in the back for content a second time for Tinkers. Tinkers, the big, fat, ugly lady that lives at home with her mom. I've put her picture up before. It's on my page. She's about 300 pounds, Tinkerbell hippie is. And she's a gross old woman who lives at home with her mom and smokes a lot of cigarettes and drinks whiskey all night. So, hey, Steve, you run with the best of them, man. 100% ooh-woo. Thank you, Alex, for that 100. So, Heather, tell me more. What did they say? I'd love to know. Sometimes my trolls come for people in here, the people that are my friends in chat or that used to be my mods, specifically people like Heather, who's been here for a long time. Heather does have a channel, so sometimes my trolls will harass Heather and leave comments on there, like Lori did. Lori Rain with the bald head, the one that's on Suboxone. Lori Rain, are you still on Suboxone, honey? Or did you get over your drug addiction? So I wonder who that, well, tell me who it was, Heather, and what they said. You're saying everything but what I want to hear. Could you tell me who said what? That I'd like to know, Heather. So you're saying it wasn't a troll. Heather, who was it and what did they say, please? Ringo, I don't have a camera. I have an Android phone that I'm working on right now. Heather, I'm waiting to hear from your... Heather, you left me hanging here. You brought something up and left me hanging. Do I do yoga? No, I don't fuck with yoga ever. It's a waste of time. So what do? I align my chakras on a tree because I'm a green witch. So I will ground myself on this tree's roots, and I will center my chakras against this tree. All you got to do is heel to head to neck and put your body on the back of a tree, and it will align your chakras for you. You don't need to do yoga. I stay active and I work out. Yoga is a waste of time in my eyes. Heather, I'm sitting here waiting on for you. Heather, you tell me a story and then you don't finish it, and it's a story I really need to hear the end of, sweetie. Heather, why do you tease me? Okay, so Heather, I'm not understanding, sweetie. Can you be clearer for me? Heather, you said it wasn't a troll, and then you say that was falling for you and blaming you. I don't know what any of that means, sweetie. I'm going to ask you again, Heather, can you tell me who it was and what they said? That was falling for you and blaming you. I don't understand that, sweetie, and it doesn't explain things. Can't you just tell me what they said in the comment and who it was, please? Hi, Bailey Smith. Good to see you. It's irony, Bailey. What? Just stay active. You'll be fine. People make fun of me for walking barefoot in my garden and backyard. If you don't have to wear shoes, I'm grounding. Look, honey, being a green witch, and even before I was a green witch, before I knew what a green witch was, before I knew what grounding was, I'm never wearing shoes. It's how I feel most comfortable. I didn't know what the word grounding meant, but I need my feet on the earth. And here's another thing. I have foot claustrophobia. I have real claustrophobia, but my feet get claustrophobic in shoes. And I discovered this in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade. And I didn't know what claustrophobia was. All I knew is that when I was in school, my feet felt like, oh my God, I must be free and get out of my shoe. So there'd be a lot of times in school, I'd be under my desk just kind of taking my shoe off and just kind of spreading my toe and putting it on the ground. So I've constantly been like that. If it's summertime, oh, look at the floating heart. I got that one. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Phil's fan for life. I got that floating heart. So I'm always barefoot. That's kind of why I became a foot fetish model. I was stripping, and as I was stripping, I was seeing a lot of people were into feet. I am not. I don't like feet. Don't get that twisted. But I knew I had good feet because people told me that all the time. So that's kind of why I became a foot fetish model. Plus, I'm always barefoot, and that comes in handy. Okay, let's see what Heather has to say, because Heather, my head's about to blow off of my shoulders if I don't get this answer. Heather, why are you doing me like this? Heather, why would you bring up that and not... Heather. I'm going to get tapeworms. Cute color on the toes. Yeah, so I always have matchy. So it's hot pink with glitter, right? Hot pink with glitter on top. I don't know if you can see the glitter, but glitter is important in the summertime. Is it bad that I grounded my bed to a copper rod outside my house? No, I think that's pretty, wow, you've really done God's work there and you've really gone all out, but I'm for it, man. Does it help you feel better? I'm not against it. Bakersfield says, I'm working on going fully off the grid for the next few years. Staying off the grid is here, by the way. Staying off the grid, 3844. Everybody go subscribe to him because he's a funny dude with a funny channel. Did you get your new phone yet, buddy? Where do you get that 20s beautiful music? Yeah, I'm playing 1920s beautiful music. So this is Fallout music. 1920s, 30s, and 40s Fallout music. It's on a channel here on YouTube called Nemo's Dreamscapes. Let me show it to you. Nemo's Dreamscapes. Nemo, like the fish. It is one of the best YouTube channels you will find. What do they have? They have ASMR, rain, thunder, train, live streams, 10-hour, 12, 15-hour live streams mixed with old music. You can find 50s music, 40s music. I like 20s and 30s music myself. So this is actually a little bit more 30s and 40s music, but I like it. So this is called Fallout Radio, oldies music playing in another room, and it's raining. So you actually have a little bit of rain ASMR too, and this is what you see. How long is this? This is a 14-hour live stream on this channel. I use this channel a lot for my insomnia. I wake up at 3 in the morning and I can't go back to sleep because I have insomnia. So I'll put on one of these ASMRs and I'll fall back asleep to it because it's on for 14 hours. And you can have your pick of any ASMR, any music you would like, or one or the other. Nemo's Dreamscapes is an amazing channel. It's run by a little old Spanish man who's about 76 years old. All this art you see, he makes himself. None of it is AI. He doesn't believe in AI. And he's a little old man. He runs his channel himself. And he does it with a lot of donators. I personally donate to this guy's channel. So check it out. It's on my top two. My top two favorite YouTube channels are Nemo's Dreamscapes and Soft White Underbelly. So make sure you're subscribed to both of them. Okay, I'm going to do a Heather check now. Heather? Heather, why can't you just tell me, doll? They, Heather says, I only remember he said that it's your fault that I kept falling for you. I'm sorry. Well, you don't have to apologize to me, Heather. I'm just trying to get the story out of you. Um, and it's difficult when I want to hear it right away, and I just want you to tell me, and you're telling bits and pieces. So you're saying you can't remember it, so that's not your fault if you can't remember it. You don't have to screenshot it for me, but you said it wasn't a troll. Why would you say it wasn't a troll? That insinuates that it's somebody I know or you know. So of course it's a troll, Heather. So you got me all freaked out by the story, Heather. You only remember that he said it's your fault that you keep falling for me. Well, this is all. Don't even pay attention to that kind of stuff, Heather. What's it called again? The Fallout music. I used to listen to one. So go to Nemo's Dreamscapes. Nemo. Nemo like the fish. Nemo's Dreamscapes is the name of that channel. And he has Fallout music galore. Galore. Just stream after stream after stream. And then he'll go into 1950s music with ASMR background. But that Fallout music is more generated toward the 40s, 30s, and 20s. I go for the 20s. If you send $2, will you listen to a song right now that I made? No, I cannot. I cannot listen. Well, you made it. So you made it. How am I going to hear it? Is it on your channel? We got to figure out the logistics first. Like, first of all, I could get my stream taken down by copyright, but you made it, so I can't get in trouble for that. So maybe we just go to your channel. Is it on your channel? Let's go look. Let's go look. Let's get to my chat. Awesome Love YouTube. Let's go look at your page and see. Awesome Love YouTube. Let's go look at your page and see. Awesome Love. Okay, I see you have music. Hello, everybody. I'm Awesome Love Life. You have 13 subscribers and 3 videos. Well, you have 14 subscribers now because I just subscribed. So let's see. You only have videos. Yes? Phenomenal music video. My favorite singles. Awesome Love Fun album. I don't know what this is. Yeah, send the dono. Send the $2 dono. This is it. This is what I'm getting here. Hi, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Okay, it's not exactly my jam. It's not exactly my style. Let's see here. What's going on here? Nemo plays from records 78s? Maybe. I'm not sure how he gets that music at all. But that music should be originally found on 78s, I would assume, right? So here's something. We're going to pause it. Yeah, I'll play it for you, but Bakersfield is right. You did say you'd send a dono. So if you send that dono, I'll finish playing your shit. Thank you, Bakersfield Farms. So we got a little taste of that. Do you want to hear the rest of it? You want to hear the rest of it? It's on the Awesome Love album. Yeah, I can play that. But you're going to have to send that dono now. So let me know when you want to hear that. We didn't put any lipstick on today. Do you want to? You want to put on lipstick? I have some. It's so hot. The lipstick's going to melt right onto my face. You ready? You hear that noise behind me? There's roofers putting up a roof down the way. Lips. lot of weird noises coming from the front yard. Ochi, oh, Okeechobee, Florida. Hello, how are you? SWC Florida, welcome to chat. Clapboard Danico. How old am I? 40? I'm 56 years old. I was born in 1969, so I'm 56. So that makes me Generation X. That being said, you have to be 18 years old or older to be in my chat. If I find out or I think you're younger, I will take you out of chat just like I did 2 other people that were assholes. So thank you for thinking I'm 40, but no, I am 56. Closer to 57. I'll be 57 in November, and I'm excited for it. I can't wait for my birthday. I love celebrating my birthdays. Even when I'm turning 87, I'm going to celebrate it like I'm turning 11. I turn into a child. I want gifts. I want cake, and I want it first thing in the morning. Thank you. So the Real Housewife of Cleveland is the name of my channel. Why? Because I'm a housewife of 18 years, real, and I'm in Cleveland. So what you're seeing is me, a 56-year-old housewife, a 56-year-old woman, documenting her life on a daily basis like my diary. And I'm using film and live stream to do it. Edwin, welcome to chat. Jenny from the block, Jenny from the block. Yeah, it's me. I have a feeling you have more fans of sentimental music. What does that mean? I like sentimental music, but I don't know what that means. You silly willy willy woo. Oh, speaking of silly willy willy woos, there's a scuba doo. We got a scuba doo in chat. Boop. It's Mary Kleinart. It's Mary the Mermaid Fairy. How are you, sweetie? Good to hear from you.
Your life is full. Your future shouldn't have to wait.
How's Mary today? How's Venice Beach, California, Mary? How's it going? Are you hot? Because it's hot as hell in Cleveland. Have you heard that? There's a TV show called Hot in Cleveland. I am hot in Cleveland, yo. Hector, good morning. How are you doing? I'm good. I'm excellent this morning, Hector. Having a great day. My face is feeling better after the root canal. I'm still hurting up here, you guys, but my tooth doesn't hurt. My face hurts. You know how you're supposed to reply to that. You're supposed to say, well, it's killing me. No, that's not nice, but I would allow it. It was my joke about my own face. So that's all that's wrong, Edwin. I have a little bit of swelling here still on my face from the root canal situation going, but I'm feeling a lot better, sweetie. And I'm just sitting out here in the heat, sweating with you guys all. Oh, Mary Klein Art says, I am a broke bitch, but I am paid up, so that's okay. You wrote prayed, but I know what you mean, sweetie. Well, you know what? It's a cycle that we live, right? It's just a constant cycle. We work our asses off to make the money, and then we pay the people that need the money so that we can live our lives comfortably, right? So we don't have to have scarcity, like some people say, right, Mary? We don't need scarcity. We pay so we don't have scarcity, right, Mary? So, it's fine that you're broke because you're at home, you got a couch to sit on, you got a TV to watch, you're watching me on your phone, or maybe you're at work. Sometimes Mary watches me at work, you guys. Either way, you're doing God's work, sweetie. I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job, sweetie. And because you're broke, it's because you're working and you're paying your bills. Heather says this, 100% ooh woo. Heather, ooh woo. Jew, jarring hands, Jew. Wow, that's a long name, Jew. I'm just going to call you Jew. Is that okay? Judge. Judge Harsing Sandu. Wow, what am I going to call you? I'm going to call you Jew. J-U, Jew. Hello, good to see you. Where am I from? Cleveland, Ohio. If you look at the name of my channel, I am the Real Housewife of Cleveland. So that's Cleveland, Ohio, you guys. That's Midwest America. America. Donald Trump's America. Make America great again. I'm pro-Trump and I'm pro-ICE on this channel. Where are you from, Jew? Edwin. Dak Dog says birthright citizenship was meant for descendants of slaves, not for criminals. Huh? What? Say what? What are you talking about, Dak Dog? Are you in a conversation with somebody else, or are you just bringing that out of your ass for nothing? Hi, how are you? I'm new. Hi, it's JD. Hello. So I have so many new subscribers. It's JD. It's so nice to meet you. What is up? My name is Jennifer. I'm the Real Housewife of Cleveland. Thank you for being a new subscriber to my channel. I don't know if you guys know this, but last week alone, as I streamed, I got over 170 subscribers. Okay, that is in 1 week. I got 170 subscribers. I think that was like in 6 days. That wasn't even 7 days. So I have so many new subscribers that I don't even know what to do, and you guys don't know me. So thank you for coming in chat and saying hi to me. It's nice to meet you. Make sure you give me a like, you guys. I only have 52 likes on this stream. Let's try to get that up to 60. Can we do that? I'll give you a cartwheel. I'll give you a cartwheel. Look at my shirt. My whole boobs are hanging out, and the bra is hanging out. Like, get it together, lady. My God. I had to watch back my stream from last night. Yeah, I had to make that one private. Jesus Christ, lady. Keep your body parts in. This boob goes here. This one goes here. Okay, calm down, lady. No, I did have to private my stream last night. It was a very hot night. I was wearing a lot of little tiny clothing. And yeah, some of it escaped me. So if you did see my body parts last night, how was it? Did you enjoy that? Was it good for you? I rewatched the stream last night because I rewatch every stream just to make sure that kind of shit doesn't happen. And I was like, oopsie daisy, rewind. I was like, oh shit, rewind. Oh fuck. Yeah, so I took that one down. I wonder if any of you saw that. Mary Klein says, oh my God, I have the most comfy sage green comfy velvet couch. And yes, so relaxing at home. And yes, at work, loving seeing you. You have a sage green couch? That's always one. That's so weird, Mary. I want a sage green couch. I'm in a green mood lately. I recently bought this, Mary, this comfy, fluffy indoor-outdoor cushion, which I spent $77 on. Jesus Christ, as an adult, who knew you'd have to spend that much money on cushions? And then a matching, Mary, I bought this sage green umbrella to go with it. And I found a couch that I really liked that was green. And I never even thought about getting a green couch. I showed it to Skippy. He was like, that is beautiful. And I was like, I know. Maybe we should get a green couch. So, funny you said that today, Mary. Great minds and shit. Great minds and shit, Mary. A malachite green couch. Hey, I think this might be malachite right next to me. I think it might be. Yeah, Mary, so with some of my YouTube earnings, I bought this stuff for myself. So we have a comfy little sesh. And it's an indoor-outdoor cushion. So as an adult, it's the first one I've bought. And I didn't know those things were almost $100 fucking. Plus, this is a long bench. But I wanted my butt to be cushy. And I wanted it not to be wet when I come out here after the rain. You feel me? So I wanted it to be nice. So we did that. I don't know if I can show you this. Oh, I can. Mary, where do you see this? Mary, you must look. So the inside of this has lights. And I've never, ever witnessed it. And I thought it was going to have white lights. But no, look at this disco array of lights. It's hard to see because it's daylight. But Disco Inferno. It's pretty good. I did make some shorts about it, but at night it just is, it's like a discotheque in here. And it's solar, and all you do is push this little button, you guys, here. Look at that. And it gives you every option of light except for a normal white light. Isn't that funny? I thought at least I'd have a white light with it. Am I a mud shark? I don't know what that means. How far are y'all from Sandusky Bay? Well, Skip is from Sandusky. Skip was born and raised in Sandusky. So we're about 45, 55 minutes away, and his whole family is there. Oh my God, you should interview people under that umbrella. Well, I did a couple streams the last few nights under it, Mary, and it was insane. Oh, Electro is giving me more sparkles. Okay, 2 sparkles, Electro Star Fan. Did you want my boob again? Electro Star Fan. He's like a baby on the tit today. Okay, there you go, Electro Star Fan. Tia and Tamara. Tia and Tamara. Thank you for the sparkles, honey. I appreciate it. Wait, 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 what? Am I a mud shark? Okay, so a mud shark, he says, is a white girl that hooks up with. Okay, got you. We also call that a snow bunny in these parts. So no, I'm not a snow bunny. My husband is very white. Thank you very much. I've only been with white men in my life. Okay, and that's how it stays. Weirdo. Why? Are you a mud shark? Are you? Is that what you do? Is that what you like, weirdo? Seems to be on your mind. Let me see what Mary said. I feel like it's time for you to start doing interviews of Cleveland rock and roll royalty. Oh, you think so? Who should I get on my channel? I could get my ex-boyfriend. You want me to get Richard on here from 9 Inch Nails? He's touring right now with Filter. So if you guys don't know, my ex-boyfriend is Richard Patrick in 9 Inch Nails, and then he now is in Filter. He's the creator of Filter. He wrote that song, Hey Man, Nice Shot, because of a video I showed him in my living room. So I know he's on tour right now with Crystal Method. He's about the most famous person I know, I guess, that I can contact. I don't know if he'd be interested in that. The last time I spoke to him, we did have a little bit of a tiff, so I don't know. Why? Who's on your mind? Mary, what kind of rock and roll royalty would you like me to interview? Would you just like me to go down to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and maybe I'll find someone and I can interview them? That would go well. And I'm not even being facetious. Like, that probably would go well. There's always rock stars over there, and I'm pretty good with just walking up to people and talking to them. Gambler Smoker says, hell yeah, Filter's dope. Yeah, so that's my ex-boyfriend, Richard Patrick. He used to be in the band The Act before he was in 9 Inch Nails, and that's when I dated him. The Act opened for the Jesus and Mary chain here in Lakewood. So I went to see the Jesus and Mary chain, and they're from the UK. That's a big band. And I met Richard that day, and he was in The Act, and we dated for a little while, and then we broke up, and I started dating my next boyfriend. His name was Matt. As I was dating Matt, Richard kept coming around. Richard then became guitar player for 9 Inch Nails, and he was coming over my house every day and became friends with my boyfriend, then Matt. And they became buddies and went to hang out. And it was a weird situation because it wasn't like Richard and I still liked each other like that. It was like we were buddies or something. So that was weird. He became friends with my next boyfriend. Well, looking back on that with a little hindsight, I don't think he was really trying to be friends with my boyfriend. He was trying to be around me still. So that was interesting to look back on. There's a song Filter made in my ex-boyfriend. It's called Spent. And it has my ex-boyfriend and my double ex-boyfriend, both my ex-boyfriends, Richard and Matt, in one song. Richard took Matt. One day Matt was doing nitrous and calling Richard and leaving messages on his answering machine at 4 in the morning saying, Richard, wake up, wake up. And he was high on nitrous saying, I know you want to wake up, buddy. Well, Richard got pissed off, so he made a song about it, and he put those messages in the song, and that song's called Spent. So those are both my ex-boyfriends in that song, Spent. It's a pretty good Filter song. You should check it out if you like Filter. Filter is great. They're on tour right now with Jesus and Mary Chain. Or no, not Jesus and Mary Chain, with Crystal Method. Amazing to think both those bands are still going strong, right? I know. Mary says, oh, hey, Gary Rydor says, quit being rude to her people. Look at Gary being my knight in shining armor. Sweetie, you just walked into my YouTube chat room. That's what 50% of the people come here to do, is to be mean to me. So we just ignore those people, honey. They're called trolls, and they are losers with no life and no friends, and they like come in here and show us how miserable they are. So just, it doesn't bother me. I don't really read the mean comments, and if I do, I kind of roast them a little bit, sweetie. It rolls right off my back like a duck. Okay, so Mary says, I can see you dressing kind of rock and roll with thick leather boots and spiked up the side of the tight pants, also like Bunny. Well, Mary, we could really do something there, couldn't we? Randy says, I don't like potato salad. Randy, why? So I don't like potato salad if they put mustard in it. It must have Miracle Whip. I don't even like mayo in it. So potato salad has to have Miracle Whip, celery in it, and some red onions, and then it's amazing. And I like it with a little bit of hard-boiled egg. So if you had my homemade potato salad, you would like it, sweetie. But here's where people go wrong. They throw some mustard in there. Why would you do that to the potato salad? You people ruin everything. Knowledge power. What are you saying? That you have no wiener? That you have syphilis? Knowledge power 7. Okay, now I'm going to read knowledge underscore power 7's comment. They say, I have syphilis. There's huge blisters and pus coming out of my crotch. What do you guys think about that? Knowledge underscore power 7. What do you think about what they just said? That's the name of their channel. And Oliver is the same thing. So we're probably going to take Oliver out of here, but we're going to keep the other person in. Mary says, yep, local bands like Famous is boring. The interesting people are the people who are up and coming now. Playing now unknown. Yeah, well, that's true, Mary. So get the people who are up and coming. Interview people. Mary likes my interviews. Look, I still like interviewing homeless people. I find that the most satisfying. Interviewing rock and roll stars, it's a little boring to me. They're pretentious. They're rich. They are rude. They don't appreciate what they have. I'd rather interview a homeless person any day because they be crazy, don't know what's going on, and have no idea what they have. So, I don't know. I know a lot of famous people, and I think they're all assholes. Fame makes you a certain way. I'll just say that. And I don't like people who act like that. Mostly, 99% of them. I would rather interview a person on the street and hear from their heart. I think if I interviewed someone at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and I asked them, like, tell me what is your message? What's coming from inside you? They would say something like, rock on, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I'd just be like, ugh, these people are shallow. And that's how I feel about those kind of people. You know, they're interesting to a point, but they're really fake. And they can't even find themselves. So I'd rather find a homeless person somewhere and I'd be like, what is the message you want to tell somebody? And they usually get a tear in their eye and they're like, you know, be good, do good in the world, you know. So I hear you, Mary, and it would be interesting, but it would be interesting in a different way. But I'll incorporate it. I'll incorporate it, Mary. I am like this, Mary. Whoever I can interview, I'll interview. Good, bad, and the ugly, right? Let's interview them all. I still have to send my interview of Father God to HBO. I'm going to do that this week. Send all that Father God stuff I did, all the clips, all the live streams, all the questions to HBO and Netflix. Because I got some interesting content there. And I wonder if they'd pay me for it or be interested in it. Okay, I just got so hot out of the blue. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. Is it getting hotter as I'm sitting here? It might be. Plural forest. Hello. Hello, the plural forest. And I love the name of your channel. I think it's really cute. Isn't that cute, you guys? The plural forest. That's cute. May I ask your opinion on systems? I can explain what they are if needed. Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to. Like, what kind of systems? I'll answer you, but I need to know what you're talking about. Mary said, it would be cool to see if there are some cool bands up and coming in Cleveland. You can interview them in the back room. Ooh, Mary's talking back rooms. Mary, yes, yes, Mary, back rooms. Yes and yes, as Keith would say. Yes and yes, back rooms. And promote the name of the club. Sounds good, Mary. I'm about it. Your skin looks super dewy today. By the way, great look today. Thanks. Dewy, because I'm probably have a little bit of sweat. I'm moist. I'm sitting here in the moist. I also started taking some stuff. I've been doing some different stuff for my skin, Mary. I'll have to turn you on to some of it. but I'm using a new face cream that's made from the udders of cows. It's called beef tallow, and it is the most amazing face cream I've ever used in my life. Um, Beef tallow face cream, ladies. It's the most amazing skin cream I've ever used in my life. Also, I've incorporated a couple supplements for my skin that I've been taking for about a month, Mary, and I think that I'm looking a little different. I'm taking collagen pills, and I'm taking a pill called NMN, which has, I can't say the word, resveratrol in it. So anyways, these are all things that I'm doing for my skin now. Because these are things that at my age, at 56, I'm losing. So why not supplement that, right? So that's what I'm doing. And I heard this NMN a lot of people are taking right now. So Mary, there's some things that I'm swearing by. User says, you're so beautiful. Mary says, your skin looks 19 years old. Well, that's not true. You know, I do have my wrinkles. I have my crow's feet and this. But my skin, I've noticed a difference. I've been taking those two supplements for a month, over a month now together. And I've been using that cream for a month. And boy, those 3 things that I've added to my skincare, just amazing. And what was my skincare routine before? Nothing. I was doing nothing. So I actually have a little skincare routine now that I've actually been trying, and I do see a difference. Also, what I'm noticing with that, Mary, my hair is different, and my nails are different too. It's also affecting my hair and my nails. Like, and my hair is all of a sudden looks longer and stronger, and my nails are stronger. They might even grow. My age is 30. My age is 56. Am I married? Yes, I am. The name of my channel is The Real Housewife of Cleveland. I've been married to my soulmate, Skippy, for over 18 years. So Mary, I'll send you some stuff about, first of all, you need to get this lotion and you need to get these pills. They're very, very affordable. And it's going to make a huge difference in the way we look and feel, Mary. And I know you were talking to me about that recently, too. Peabody's Down Under. I worked at Peabody's Down Under. I worked for 2 separate owners at Peabody's Down Under. I worked for Tom and his wife, I can't remember her name, when they owned it. And then I worked for Dewey Ford when he owned Peabody's Down Under. Yeah, I worked there for a long time. And my husband, Skippy, he worked across the street at the Beach Club. When Peabody's left and they sold Peabody's, it became a place called Heaven and Earth. I also worked there. I didn't work at Earth, but I worked at Heaven. So I worked in that building, Peabody's Down Under, for a very long time in the flats. It's funny that you bring that up. So it's collagen, but you can't take any collagen because as a human being, if you take any collagen, a lot of it won't we'll just pee it out. So there's a special type of collagen I've found, Mary, and it has 5 different types of collagen in it, and it sticks in you as a human being. And it actually works on your skin from the inside out, your nails and your hair. I don't know the name of it, but I will send it to you privately later today. Bam, I'll catch that. So this other one I want to tell you about, Mary, they've just tried to make it illegal. Paris Hilton is taking it. All the movie stars are taking it. Probably Clint Eastwood is taking it. It's got resveratrol in it. I'm saying it wrong, but it's supposed to. They call that the fountain of youth, Mary, and it's this supplement called NMN. They're trying to make it illegal because there's so many good quality properties in it that are anti-aging, literally anti-aging. So it's stopping it's restructuring the aging cells in your skin. So they're trying to make it illegal, but it is amazing. Every movie star is taking it right now and talking about it and saying how wonderful it is. People are selling it on different platforms. I bought mine off TikTok because I saw a lot of people talking about it on TikTok, before and after pictures that women are using. And it was the before and after pictures that got me. I was like, holy fucking shit, this woman looks 80, and then after 2 months of taking this, she looks 40. So these 2 medications, supplements are amazing. So Mary, what you're looking for is NMN. You can really find that anywhere right now, but I'll send you where I'm getting the brand because it's pretty cheap. And Yeah, a certain brand of collagen. But Mary, I don't want you to buy any collagen. I want you to get the kind I'm getting because I did a lot of research on, and most of those collagens, you just take them and you pee them right out. So I want you to have the right kind of ones. But you can go ahead and get that beef tallow lotion and put it all over your body. I've never used a lotion on my face to anyone, any woman, any man who's listening to me right now. There is no lotion I've ever used on my face that has done what this beef tallow has done. And where did I learn about it? Someone in chat told me about it. Another woman asked me what my skin regimen was, and I told her I didn't have one. And she told me to try beef tallow. And I did. I bought a little tiny bottle off of Amazon for, I think it was $6 to $9.99. Is organic beef tallow lotion. And it comes from, I don't know, part of the cow. It's like, I think it might have like stem cells in it or something. I'm not sure. But you put it on your face and all of a sudden your face goes to back when it was 3 years old again. My skin was that smooth and soft and supple and moist. Say it. Say it in the chat. Moist. Moist. So if any of you are looking for a skin regimen, that's the new skin regimen journey I'm going on. And I don't mind sharing that with all of you. Mary, I'll make a little video later of it all, and I'll send you that. That way you can see it. I think that that would do well. How's Kittler doing? Heather wants to know. Hi, JJ. Welcome to chat. Kittler's doing better. I'm noticing she's incontinent all of a sudden. She won't go in her litter box. She'll pee right in front of her litter box. Now, does that mean I need to get a new litter box, put a hood on it, take the hood off? No. Because my downstairs cats have 3 different type litter boxes in a row. So I just am putting a pad in front of the litter box, which is in the basement, and she's going on the puppy pee pad right in front of the litter box. So it's like she's going to the litter box, but she can't quite make it. She's lost a lot of weight. She's very bony. I can see atrophy in her face. So I know she is having a downward spiral. We do have a vet appointment for her, but it's next week. I know what they're going to say. You know, she's almost 17 years old. This is normal. This is normal. She's not in any pain. She's not throwing up. She's not showing signs of like, oh, she's going to die today. But she is starting that process, I think. Cats can live a long time, but I don't think this cat's going to live to be like 21 or 20. I think that we're looking at weeks or months here is what she's telling me, at least right now. I'll know more after I take her to the vet, but you know, I've helped so many animals cross over that I kind of know those signs. And she went from being like a pudgy, running around, jumping around cat to last week she's just kind of fragile, all of a sudden being careful. So that's normal. It doesn't mean she needs to be run to the vet right now. It means we made an appointment and we'll see what he says. And I kind of already know what he's going to say, you know. And then they give us the option, do you want to put an animal down? And no, I'm never going to put an animal down just because they're old. If she was in pain or screaming or something, of course I would. But no, I want her to live her old days out and have the last days of her summer in her home. You know, I wouldn't put her down. Maybe we can get her, if she's having, like, maybe we get her an antibiotic, that could help. Maybe an anti-inflammatory could help. Usually my vet, at this stage, he will get the, what is it, stethoscope, and he can usually listen to their lungs and heart, and he will look up at me in this point. And with my dog, Tinkerbell, I remember it vividly. She was in the state, and she was my soulmate dog before Muggsy. I got Muggsy for Tinkerbell. And I remember taking Tinkerbell in and it being the same situation and the doc looking up at me and him being, well, we got about 6 months. We got about 3 to 6 months here, hun. And yeah, she died promptly at 3 months. So my vet I've been seeing for 30 years. He's the second best vet in Ohio. He's a friend of mine and I know him well. So I think that's what we'll be doing with Kittler. Buried says my cat died in my arms and my dog died in my arms. Me too, Buried. Me too. All of my animals die in my arms because I'm a rescuer. That's what I do. I rescue senior special needs animals. And all of them die in my arms because that's how it's planned and that's how I want it. And that's how they want it. They don't want to be, in their last moments, dragged in a car to a facility to a cold room, be laid on a table, and have a needle put in their arm when they're about to go naturally anyways. They don't want that. They want to go at home. They want to go in your arms. They want to go in their little bed. So to all of you who, when your animals get old, you put them down, stop doing that. Let your animal cross over on its own time. Would you like that to happen to you or to your parents in the old folks' home? We don't do that to people. If, you know, in other countries, I know that people can have euthanasia and there's different laws and stuff, but I don't believe in that either. If you want to kill yourself and it's legal, you still got issues, man, and I don't think you're going to end up in the right place. This is a test. We're here to live this life and to experience and feel it, and death is part of that, guys. And if you're just going to bypass that part, well, guess what? I got news for you. You're probably going to have to come back again and again and again until you are able to learn about death and feel death. It's part of life. I'm very good at death because, I don't know, that's a part of me, and it's a gift that was given to me, and that's how I use that gift, is to help animals cross over. Hi, Patrice. Men. Obstinate. You were meant to hear this today. Yes, this goes out to you then. You were meant to hear this today. If you have an animal that's in discomfort, then you give them comfort. You put them in the coolest room in your house. You put classical music on for them because they love classical music. And it's something I do in my very last days. You sit there and you make eye contact with them and you talk to them as the soul that they are, the deserving soul they are, and you tell them it's going to be okay. And that we all go through this, and you ask the angels to come and take them, and you hold them, and you kiss them, and you tell them what a good friend they've been to you all this time, and you be a good friend to them right now. That's what you do. You don't cart them off to a facility in a cold room and needle them and put them down. I don't care what anybody says to you. I'm saying something different. And I've been rescuing dogs for my entire life. Specifically my 18 years of marriage, Skippy and I have taken in over 18 dogs and done this with. And every single one of them, okay, aside from 2. I had to put 2 down because they were screaming in pain. And if that's the case, then you go to the vet and you have them put down. But if that is the only reason, okay? You're going to see them decline. You're going to see them slow down. You're going to see them even go through the death process. That's normal. The death process lasts about 3 days. I'm here to tell you that. There's nothing wrong with letting your pet go through that naturally at home. It's a beautiful thing. Find the beauty in that and give that moment to your pet and give them that beauty that they deserve. Because that's how I'd want it to be. And that's how I make it for everybody around me. So I hope when it's my last moments, I'm not in some old folks' home and people are annoyed by me or want to leave the room because it's ugly. You know, I hope people are playing music for me and looking into my eyes and telling me it's going to be okay. And not wanting to put a needle in my arm and get rid of me. So I will tell you, your animals have been there for you in the hardest times when you don't even realize it. When you're sitting there on your couch, your boyfriend or your girlfriend broke up with you, your pet's there. When you're puking on the floor because you're drunk and no one wants to be around you, your pet's there for you. You should do the same for your pet at the end of their life. Too many people disregard their pets. That's why I adopt senior special needs animals, because everybody else gets rid of them. And it was my calling to give them a second chance at life. So what is this? This is the old folks' home for little dogs and cats that I take in, and I give them a second chance. And you'll never understand how satisfying and beautiful that is in my life and what I've personally received from that. So if I can teach you guys anything today, it's that. Yeah, and if they're suffering, it's a different conversation, but we're not talking about that. And look at the end of your life, there's always a little natural suffering. Your breathing's going to get a little labored. That doesn't mean you go take your animal into the vet and kill them. It doesn't mean that. But if they're screaming in pain and going through pain and asking you for help, then you do that. But if their breathing slows, you see they're dying, that's actually a beautiful thing. That's a natural process. You allow that to happen. You don't be scared of that. You be an adult and you help that creature. The red hair looks amazing. Thank you. Well, I'm a natural redhead. This is my natural hair color. I don't dye it. I have the MC1R gene, and that makes me the minority on this planet. Very few people in the world have the MC1R gene. That's the natural redheaded gene. That also means I'll never go gray. I'll just lighten up a shade or two. So thank you for liking my hair. I like it too. Bella says you have a very healthy outlook on death. I do. And it's a gift that was given to me, and I was given this gift so I could have my place in the world and help little animals that are dying. That is what my purpose is here, other than being a wife to my husband and a mother to my fur babies. That is really the purpose I was put here to do. Is I was given a gift to help animals cross over, or help animals in their hard time when they have special needs. Um, a lot of people are scared by it. I had a person in my chat once that said to me, my dog's dying and I'm scared of it, so it's in the other room alone and I'm not going to go talk to it till it's dead. And I said, how dare you? Get over there in that room, you fucking loser, and hold your dog and look at it in the eyes and tell it it's okay. And they said to me, no, I'm scared. And I said, I don't care. I don't care if you're scared. You pretend you're not scared and you go over there and you do the right thing. And I still to this day don't know if what I said mattered to that person or if they let their dog die in that room by herself. But you guys take what you will out of that story. There's, two roads you can take when your animal is passing, and you can make it real quick and easy for you. Or you could learn a lesson about beauty and about life and death. And you could have your pet in your arms till the very end. And that's what they want, I promise you. And that last couple moments, they might be having a seizure. That couple moments, they might not be able to breathe. That's what happens in death. And that's when you hold them tight. Okay? So you listen to me about that, because I know what I'm talking about. Hi, Joe Schlebo. We have one of my favorite trolls in chat, giving me racial slur towers over on the side. So that's my beliefs. That's what I've learned in my life. That's how I've helped over 30 animals cross over in my arms. And before I did that, I was taught by my mom and dad that when your animal shows signs of death, you take them in immediately and you put them down. And my mom did that with every animal we had. The second it showed sign of age, my mother would take it in and put it down. She said, that's the right thing to do. You don't leave an animal in pain. Well, now when I think back on it, none of those animals were in pain. None of them. They were aging. That's beautiful. They get slower. They breathe slower. They atrophy in their face. You don't put them down for that, you guys. At the end of their life, if something happens and they're in a huge seizure or they're screaming in pain, then you have them put down. But for no other reason. Any other reason, you sit there with them through that death and you learn your lesson too. You know how many lessons I've learned about death? That's why I can sit here and have this conversation with you. Does it scare me? Yeah, it does. But it scares a person going through it more. And that if that person's a little kitty or a little dog, it's still a little person. It's still a soul. And that soul is as important as you. And you treat it as such. Hi, Gwyncy Pineapple. Hi, CSOI. Hi, Heather. Squirrels are coming? Squirrels, huh? I believe you. Bella Loca says yes. God bless you for loving the babies, Elizabeth says. I started bleach blonde, then it turned red. But then I have white hair like Santa. You're 6'7" and you're 550 pounds, so you look like Santa now, Jacob. Amazing. But you started bleach blonde and then it turned red. That's interesting. Well, I was born with this hair. It never changed. I was a little baby with this hair, and I will die with this color hair. The only time this hair was different colors was in my goth days in the late 80s. I dyed it black. I dyed my long hair black to follow The Cure and Skinny Puppy and Christian Death. And then about, 18 years ago, 20 years ago, when I was a suicide girl, I dyed this top portion streaks white, so I had blonde streaks with my red, and then I dyed those blonde streaks hot pink, like this color pink. So when I was a suicide girl, I had red hair like this, but I had pink streaks in it. That's the last time I dyed my hair. Also, when I was 16, I dyed my hair blue. I had blue hair. Boy, were my parents mad when I dyed my hair blue and black. I was also in beauty school at the time. So I did it at beauty school and I came home. So I went to beauty school that day with red hair. And I came home with either blue or black hair. Boy, were my parents mad. That was a funny day. That was a funny day, Jennifer. Sesh. Guess what? We have 101 likes. You guys, we have 101 likes in chat. What does that mean? What should we do? Should we choke? That, that bong rip got me. That bong rip got me. We gotta. What is that? Thank you. What was that gift? Oh my god. It looked like an albatross. An albatross. It was a seagull. Thank you for that seagull. All trash, no trailer. What an amazing name for your channel. All trash, no trailer. I love it. Hey, thank you for that bird flying across the stream. I love it. So we did just get 104 likes. Oh, whoa. Let's do a cartwheel. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do a cartwheel. 104 likes. If you guys have not liked my stream yet, go up here and manually hit that thumbs up button. I need these likes. I'm not a like whore. I'm not just doing this for fun. This gets us out to the algorithm, you guys. Why do we need help with that? Because I'm poking smut, talking about weird shit, so YouTube doesn't like that, and so it's going to stop the algorithm for setting us out. So I'm going to need more likes, more likes, more likes. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Do you know the fun way to do it? Do you know about tapping the screen? Double tap the screen to like my stream. So do a boop, boop right in the middle of your phone. Boop, boop. Double tap the screen to like my stream. 109 likes. Okay, so let's do a cartwheel for you. A double one? A double cartwheel. Yes, bitches, yes. Cartwheels for you. 110 when I came back. I got some dirt on me from that one. And my boobs came out a little bit. Let me fix the titties in there. The boobs went flying. Jacob had a 3-foot mohawk for a hair show. Amazing. So I've done many hair shows as a model and as a hairdresser. I did some Aveda stuff. I took some classes from Horst, who created Aveda, and I worked at Mark Frank's for a while in Ohio. And that was probably my best hair job. I learned a lot from Aveda. Boy, those guys are smart. And that was the guy who created it before he died, so I got a chance to meet him. I'm a punk rocker and a goth girl. That's where I come from, you guys, punk rock and goth. So I never had a mohawk, but boy, did I have everything in between, right? And a lot of my boyfriends had mohawks. You know, my ex-boyfriend was in 9 Inch Nails. I was dating guys in bands. I was not a groupie. Big difference. I'm just from Cleveland. That's just what people do in Cleveland. They have bands. You can also hold your phone's power button to like the stream. No, that's not a thing. Hot dog water. That will turn off your phone, silly. Am I a Rancid fan? Well, I've seen Rancid, and I know who they are. They've come to Peabody's at least 3 times, and I've worked for their shows. But no, I'm not a huge Rancid fan, honey. Peabody's down under in Cleveland. That's where I was a server, cocktail server, and then a bartender. So I worked a lot of shows that I wouldn't have gone to otherwise. Look at, like, Black Flag, like... Look, I love punk rock, but Black Flag, come on. Henry Rollins, it's a little much for me. So Henry Rollins played by himself. I've seen Black Flag twice, and then Henry Rollins by himself. But the time Henry Rollins came by himself, it was at Peabody's, and I was bartending, and I really was over the whole thing. I was really into drugs then, too, and I knew he was straight edge. So I thought that was a little weird. I remember he was a real dick to me. He was there before the show, and so was I, because I was setting up the bar. He was upstairs getting ready, you know, or chilling out before the show or whatever. So I came up there and I said, is there anything you want? Can I bring you some food? Can I bring you some drinks or something? He's like, bitch, get me a beer. Say what, Henry Rollins? Bitch, get me a beer, said the straight edge punk rocker dude to the triple Scorpio redhead punk rocker girl. And it was my job. I was supposed to get him what he wanted. And I said, I thought you were straight edge. He goes, yeah, that's what everybody thinks. Go get me a fucking beer, you little bitch. Henry Rollins said that to me. So I went downstairs and pretended I was going to get him a beer, and I just totally disassociated. I never spoke to him again. Everybody I talk to, I tell my Henry Rollins story to. He was not straight edge. He was drinking beer that whole night, and then he went on stage acting like he was straight edge, fucking drunk. So, yeah, he was rude as hell. I mean, I've seen Circle Jerks, GHB, GBH. Who are some of the major punk rock? Well, let's just go straight to the top of the class, Sex Pistols. So I have not only seen the Sex Pistols perform live in Cleveland, obviously minus Sid, but the 3 original band members. Okay, in the 90s I saw this, or maybe it was the 2000s. But before that, in the 90s, here in Lakewood, I saw PIL with Johnny Rotten. That is literally 2 blocks away from me. I was 16 at the time. I was driving my mom and dad's Buick Skylark. And I drove like 5 of my little punk rock bands to see PIL because I love the Sex Pistols. I love Johnny Rotten. I want to see Johnny Rotten. He performed. It was amazing. I was like, holy shit. It was the first time I'd seen Johnny Rotten. I was so into the Sex Pistols. I was so young. And then somehow, and I don't remember how, but me and my little punk rock friends got backstage. And it was amazing. It was one of the first times I've ever gotten backstage. And I was like, shit. And we were sitting there drinking beers with Johnny Rotten backstage. I don't think he was drinking. I think the rest of the band was drinking. He might have been sober now that I think about it. But us underage kids were given a beer. It was amazing. And then we stayed there. There was pizza and stuff. I was eating pizza with Johnny Rotten. And then Johnny Rotten looks at us and says, I got to get out of here. Can you give me a ride to my hotel? This is a real story, people. This is a real story. I was 16 years old. I said, I can give you a ride to your hotel. And he said, okay, let's go. I said, well, I have my parents' car, but I have these other 5 people. They got to come too. He said, okay, let's go. So here I go in my parents' Skylark Buick car, big silver, huge boat car. I'm driving it. I barely know how to drive. I'm a horrible driver. 5 punk rock kids in the back seat and Johnny Rotten sitting shotgun next to me. I shit you not. On the way to the hotel, he says, I have to puke. And he puts his head out the window and he throws up. How Johnny Rotten is that? I didn't even see him drinking, but he's puking out the car door. We drop him off at his hotel. He says, you guys want to come up? What? Yes, we want to come up too. So we go up to his hotel room. There's a double bed, 2 double beds, and like a table between it. All us 5 punk rock kids sit on the one bed. He sits on the other. We're staring at each other. He says, you want to get some room service? I'm hungry. Okay. He orders a bunch of room service. It was like hot dogs, hamburgers, I don't know what else. We were eating something, and he's like, okay, kids, I'm going to go to bed. We're like, okay, bye, Johnny Rotten. And then we left. That was my Johnny Rotten Sex Pistols experience. And it was like 10 years later that I saw the band perform with the 3 original members live. So I had already met him. I didn't meet him that second time, but I was like, holy shit, that is a story. Do you want to know the rest of the story? So I go home. I take all the kids home. I go home. I go to sleep in my bed. I'm like, what the fuck? This is amazing. I wake up the next day. I'm blaring the Sex Pistols. You know, I go out. There's my mom. There's my dad. They're like what? They're like, the car. I'm like, what about it? They're like, there is puke, Jennifer, all over the outside of the passenger side car. I said, I know it's Johnny Rotten's. It's Johnny Rotten. He puked all over the outside of the car if he's a Sex Pistol. They're like, you are grounded. Clean it up now. You are grounded for a month. You may not go out, and you are not allowed to listen to any of your record albums, and you're not allowed to wear any black clothing. I only had black clothing, you guys. What was I supposed to do? Go naked? So I said, okay. So I remember cleaning off the puke, the side of the car that was Johnny Rotten's with a hose, and not caring that I was grounded forever. I think it was 2 days later I jumped out my bedroom window wearing black clothing, and, you know, that didn't stick because my parents didn't care about me. But that is the most amazing punk rock story you guys will ever be told. This is my daily diary, and I use you guys as chat as an interactive part to bring stories out of me. So when I watch this 10 years from now, I'm going to be like, you know, Alzheimer in the home, be like, oh, I forgot about that night with Johnny Rotten. So thank you for bringing that punk rock story out of me. Look, I've hung out with Marilyn Manson, Brian, who's a dork from Akron, dated 9 Inch Nails. I dated 2 people in 9 Inch Nails. We don't talk about the second person. I just tell you about the first one. Another one, we're just going to leave that to myself. You don't get to know that story. I've dated famous people before. I've hung around famous people before. But that is really the best story. My favorite dog breed, I like those, and I've never had one. I like those Chinese crested dogs that are naked with a little hair on their head. I think they're really cute. I've never had one, but probably I'd have to say Chihuahua. I've had a million Chihuahua rescues in my life, and boy, are Chihuahuas a wonderful little breed of dog. They live very long. There's not a lot of care or maintenance with them. They're very smart. They're very protective. Tell us about Marilyn Manson. Well, there's not much to say because we wouldn't let him hang out with us, okay? We used to hang out at this club called Nine of Clubs. It was on East 3rd and St. Clair. That was the alternative nightclub. And you only had to be 17 to get in, I want to say. And then they had their nights where you had to be 16 to get in. It didn't matter. We all had fake IDs, so it didn't matter. We were in there drinking, okay? So it was me, all the Nine Inch Nails crew, all of those people. We were all a bunch of regulars from Cleveland, alternative crew. Been together for a long time. All of a sudden, here comes this crew. There is 3 weird looking dudes. One has the long face of a horse. He's carrying a lunchbox. He's wearing a long coat, kind of like the dudes that shot up Columbine wore. Okay, so he's wearing a long coat like that. He's got his face painted white. He's got a lot of black eye makeup on. He shows up at the club. His name is Brian. Brian from Akron. Maybe he was from Dayton at that time. He came from 2 places. He would do everything. He hit on me numerous times. I wasn't having it because he was a goon. And he wasn't cute. He had this big nose. He was very obnoxious. He didn't have a personality. He didn't have manners. And we all kind of just turned our backs on him. He would come to the club every Friday and Saturday night and try to hang out with us. He'd try to dance with us in the goth circle. We would not. We would turn our backs. We would not dance with Brian. Brian is Marilyn Manson, okay? So, skip 2, he gets famous. Skip 2, Nine Inch Nails gets famous. Skip 2, I'm done dating Richard from Nine Inch Nails. I'm dating the new guy, Matt, now. But Richard is hanging out at my house. Richard is not invited to go to California with Trent Reznor to make the new album and song that Trent's making with Marilyn Manson. And they've rented out the Sharon Tate house, the Manson murder house, to do it in. Okay, so Richard's calling me late night at my new boyfriend's house, being like, why can't I go with Trent and Marilyn Manson and Brian to the Manson murder house where Sharon Tate was murdered and create this new song? I'm like, I don't know. Why would you want to go? He's like, I kind of don't. They were watching a lot of movies that I don't like. Okay, I can't talk about what kind of movies those were on YouTube here, but they involved Japanese young people that didn't make it at the end of the movie. Might rhyme with a muff film. So Marilyn Manson and Trent were watching a lot of those kind of movies at the Manson Sharon Tate house while they were making that song, that album, whatever it was. And Richard didn't get to go. So I know that about that time. Cut 2, so that I think less of Marilyn Manson for that, right? Trent was always a freak. I already knew that weird shit about Trent, but I didn't know that I didn't like Marilyn Manson, but okay, you're talented, you can sing a song, you're gonna collab with Trent, but you guys gotta really watch those kind of films in that house to do it. Are you guys weird? Are you jacking off there too? What's going on, weirdos? Okay, cut 2, a few years later, Marilyn Manson is playing a concert in town. I'm a stripper. My girlfriend, Sheila, is dating Twiggy. She's been dating Twiggy for the past year. She saw them in concert the year before. Of course, I didn't go because I don't like Brian. I'm not going to go to a Marilyn Manson concert because I know him. It's weird. So she went, she met Twiggy, and they'd been dating long distance for a long time. She was my best stripper buddy. So she said, let's go to the concert. I got backstage from Twiggy. And she goes, I have a +1. I said, oh, God, here we go. Okay, I'll go to the show. I went to the show. It was a very good concert. I was actually surprised Marilyn Manson put on a concert that good. It was the one where he did the Nazi thing, and he was up on the tower with the flags, and he was doing the Heil. Heil, Heil. It's a very good concert, very powerful. I was actually impressed. So we go backstage. He's like, Jesus Christ, Jen Becker, because that's my maiden name. I'm like, yeah, hi, Brian, what is up? So I made a couple jokes about his lunchbox. I'm like, where's your lunchbox, boo? He's like, yeah, I don't carry a lunchbox anymore, asshole. I was like, you're an asshole. So it was kind of like that vibe. We were kind of roasting each other. I was made fun of him for his lunchbox. He wrote a song about it, didn't he? Anywho, I digress. We're backstage. What happens then? We all go to the club. Which club is this? Not Night of Clubs anymore because it's not there. It's a new club in Cleveland called Trilogy. How are we going to get there? Well, he says, just jump on my bus, girl. I said, I don't want to jump on your bus, Brian. He said, get on the bus, Jen. So I got on the tour bus, me and Sheila. She's squirming up next to Twiggy. They're making out. I'm just sitting there. I'm annoyed. Who was Marilyn Manson with? He's sitting there with Rose McGowan doing as much cocaine as I've ever seen in my life. Rose McGowan is wearing that string dress. Her nipples were just totally out. Her ass and vagina were totally out. She was so tweaked, she couldn't even see. At one point, they were doing cocaine, and she couldn't figure out how to put the straw in her nose. She kept putting the straw in her mouth and going down on it. Okay, so anywho, we get to the club. Okay, we're all at the club, we're hanging out, we're bored, we want to go somewhere else. Where do we go? We end up going back to my house, okay? I lived in a double house in Lakewood. I had the downstairs, Sheila had the upstairs. So Sheila and Twiggy were going upstairs to fuck. So Marilyn Manson drops me off at the tour bus at my house, okay? He says, I want to see your place. I said, no. I said, you're not coming in. Him and Rose McGowan come on my front porch. Oh, this is a nice place. I let him peek in. I'm like, I'm going to bed, people. Twiggy goes upstairs. I shut the door. I go to bed. That is my Marilyn Manson story. Take it or leave it. Is his music good? It's all right. Some of it is all right. I like that song. What is the song? I Am the God of Fuck, about cake. I don't know. I like that song. But I really don't like a lot of Marilyn Manson because I know that he watches children pornographic movies. I know he watches movies about people that don't make it at the end. I know who he really was as a teenager. I mean, I saw him feeding Rose McGowan more cocaine that would have killed a horse that night. So Brian is a dork. So you want to know about Marilyn Manson? That is my story. What is that Marilyn Manson song? Cake and Sodomy. That's the name of it. I like that song. There might be another one song that I like of his, Superstar. I'm a rock star. But he's a creep. Yeah, he's a creep. And he abused that beautiful actress woman very bad. I'm sure he abused Rose McGowan too, but she's too crazy to talk about that right now. But what is that beautiful actress's name that they did the documentary about, where he made her kneel on the Catholic praying thing, and then he took the electro shock thing and put it on her vagina, and she no longer has feeling on her clitoris and her vagina anymore because Marilyn Manson was basically tasing her vagina. What was the name of that woman? No, not Dita Von Teese. Dita Von Teese was only there for a small time, and she was never abused by him. She was very smart. She probably was the smartest one that he dated, and she walked away from him. His relationship with Johnny Depp, I don't know about that. I can't remember the beautiful girl that he abused. She was in the video Heart-Shaped Glasses, and he raped her on that video. He actually penetrated her on set for that video. And that was it. She has 3 names. She's a very beautiful young actress. Rose hippie guy, not much love from Nottingham, England. England's in the house. What's up, England? Good to see you. The girl from Game of Thrones. I can't remember her name, you guys. Well, she's a lovely woman. Tell me about his relationship with Johnny Depp. Are you talking like a gay relationship with Johnny Depp? Was he gay with Johnny Depp? And he's, well, that's the thing. He's so goofy. When I first met him, every time I see him, it takes me back to that first day I saw him, where he walked in and he was trying so hard. You know when someone tries too hard? He had too much eyeliner on. He had too much white makeup on. He had too much lipstick on. His lunchbox was too much with the coat. Do you feel me, you guys? We were all goth kids and we were all a little eccentric, right? But he was too much and he was trying too hard. There we go, Len Smith. Evan Rachel Wood. Okay, the Alzheimer's is real in my mind. Evan Rachel Wood, thank you very much. So was he a poser? Yes, perfect word. He was a poser. He is a poser still. He's touring right now. Have you seen this? He's touring. I've seen it on Instagram, and it's ridiculous. Look, I'm 56 years old and I look really good for my age. But at 56 years old, I could wear a tube top or a tank top, right? And it would still look good. But out of respect for myself, I wouldn't do it. So I want to say something about that for Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson, you're doing the same things you did 30 years ago, okay? You're almost 60, dude. You're looking weird. Like, can't we have a, like, chapter 2 with him? Like, he's trying to do the same stuff he did back then, and it looks to me weird. It looks desperate and thirsty. He already looked at desperate and thirsty before. So, like, can't you just, like, if you've got talent, man, can't you just, like, cut all the shit and maybe just show us your talent and sing? Because none of us will really want to see you cut yourself on stage and act a spider. Do we? Do you? Because I don't. I think it's fucking crazy. Brian still dresses like he's 18. He didn't grow up. Exactly. And, like, I can make the example between my ex, Richard Patrick. Richard Patrick is touring with Crystal Method. Richard Patrick looks amazing. He has aged. He's wearing a black t-shirt and jeans. He has gray hair that he has spiked up that he's not dyeing. Marilyn Manson, why is your hair all black and why are you gothing out your hair and wearing all this makeup? It just seems like... It seems like Brian never grew. Like, people can have a part 2 in their music career at a later date. But it's like kind of like Madonna's doing right now. You're doing it very poorly, ma'am. Madonna, why are you dressing like a stripper? Madonna, you are 67 years old or 76 or something. Just wear a pretty dress and sit there and play guitar and sing to us. We don't want to see you grind your crotch on us. It's gross. Brian, we don't want to see you with black lipstick smeared on, you know, grabbing your genitals. It's gross. You guys, if you're doing this later in life, do it differently. Take a memo from my ex, Richard Patrick, in Filter. He's doing it the right way. Be natural. Show your gray hair and just sing. Just be talented. He's cringe, for sure. You worshipped Manson growing up. Now you worship God. See, that makes me sad for you. Why would you worship Brian from Akron, who nobody liked? He had a couple good songs, yo. Worshipping him is really something. I don't understand that, why anyone would do that. My band warmed up for the Exotic Birds. Well, I know the Exotic Birds very well. I've seen the Exotic Birds. I know Doug, the synth player from the Exotic Birds, because my mother used to sleep with him. I swear to God. How are you talking about the Exotic Birds in the middle of my chat? Da-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. I know the Exotic Birds and I know the songs and the Fantasy at the End of My Street at 88. And Trent is a friend of yours ever since? Okay, so do you know Doug Beck? Doug Beck was a synth player, and he used to bartend at the Symposium. He used to sleep with my mother. My mother used to cheat on my father with one of the Exotic Birds. Even worse than that, she used to drag me to Spanky's and to shows to see the Exotic Birds, to hit on that dude. I was an underage child. My mother was a slut groupie, and my mother would drag me to bars so she would have a child. I would be a child there. And the first time I saw the Exotic Birds and Trent Reznor perform, let me give you an honest age how old I was. 11, 12, 13 or 14 at the most. Okay? I was a child. My mother worked with Doug Beck at the craft showcase at Great Northern Mall. And she was cheating on him while she was married to my father. And then they would play these shows on the weekends. Who is your friend? Your band. Who's your band that warmed up for the Exotic Birds? Who the fuck are you? I probably know who you are. Okay, so I know, like, remember The Act? That band, The Act? Fuck art. Let's dance. We have a lot in common, my friend. We have a lot in common. That's a craziest thing you've ever said to me. The Coe Creek Kids. Your band warmed up for the Exotic Birds. That's amazing. What's my mom doing? Probably fucking someone else right now. The story about my mother is that also she had a threesome with Doug Beck and Alex Bevan. My mother was pretty well known around that group of people. She was pretty gross. I don't talk to my mom anymore. I'm estranged from my mother. My mother was very extremely abusive to me, and I think you just heard part of that as she was dragging me, an underage child, to shows while she was getting drunk and fucking men. That was part of my childhood. That's what my mother put me through. She is gross. I haven't talked to my mother in 18 years. She lives 25 minutes away. When I turned 30 something, 38-ish, I went to my mom and I said, look, I'm aware of all the abuse you put me through, and it's disgusting, and it's affecting me as a grown adult woman. So either this is going to happen and I'm going to go get therapy and you're going to come with me and we're going to work this out and we're going to deal with it, or I'm going to have to walk away and burn this bridge for my mental health. And of course she did what she always did to me, which was, tell me I was a piece of shit, say I was supposed to be quiet about abuse, that I was really never abused. She went on and on. I think at that point she fell down on the ground and pretended like I was hurting her or something. She was literally insane. I call her Mommy Dearest, and I'm an only child. So I had a very hard time with that woman growing up, and she did a lot of nasty things to me, and her being a groupie and dragging me around to exotic bird shows was only one of those weird things, okay? Every time I had a boyfriend, she tried to get that boyfriend. Do you guys think when I was dating Richard Patrick, what do you think about that? Yeah, she tried to date Richard Patrick. How about when I first started dating Skippy? What do you think happened there? My mom got so jealous, she tried to date Skippy. Okay, and that's when I walked away from her, and I took Skippy's help, and we put stuff in storage. I lived in a double house. She lived below and I lived above. I put my stuff in storage and I moved in with Skippy, and I got away from her, and I've never talked to her ever again for the rest of my life, or the rest of my family that supported her and allowed her to do that to me for my entire childhood. So that's not okay. That's abuse, that's a neglect, and that did affect me to this moment as an adult woman. Here I am on my live stream trauma dumping. So that's very real, and that's one of the reasons I chose not to have children, you guys, is because I still need to work on this myself, and I would have been a horrible mother. A, because that's who I learned from. B, I had to break that cycle of abuse to make sure I didn't do that to a little kid. And C, I just knew that I'd need my whole life to recover from this and work on myself, and I could never have a child. So that was my choice. Am I doing drugs today? No, not at all. I'm California sober. I haven't done drugs in over 18 years, and I haven't drank in over 18 years. I haven't smoked a cigarette in over 18 years. I am Cannabis Content Channel, and I smoke the shit out of some weed, and that's all I do. I do smoke weed medicinally. I do smoke it for my mental problems, for my anxiety, for my panic attacks, for my OCD, for my protracted withdrawal. I'm not partying down and blazing down at raves, but I am smoking in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night medicinally, and it helps me. It helps me more than any drug that any doctor or therapist has ever put me on, and I've taken myself off all those medications that they put me on. The only thing that does help me is cannabis. And so no, I don't drink, and I never will again. It's been 18 years that I've been California sober. Typical stoner speech? Well, FAD, I bet you're fucking drinking whiskey on the weekends. I bet you're smoking cigarettes. I bet you're doing cocaine right now. So if that's a stoner speech, it's actually real. I mean, they give weed to babies in the NICU for medicinal purposes. I am using weed for medicinal purposes. Have you seen me blazing down like I'm raving out? No, I'm not. Ken comes in saying shrooms are good for mental health. Not mine, Ken. I used to be a psychonaut back in the day. I used to love to do psychedelics. I was very, very interested in how psychedelics and religion correlate, and how religion and psychedelics correlate. And I still study that and research it, but I don't do psychedelics anymore. But I was interested in finding some answers, so I was a psychonaut. That's what they called us back then. I, again, wasn't just blazing down to blaze down. I was doing psychedelics to look for answers. Did I get some of those answers? Not really. But I quit doing psychedelics quite a while ago, and I still research that stuff. Well, I say California sober, but that's not actually correct. What California sober means is that you're smoking weed and you can do a little bit of DMT and shrooms too, okay? I'm not wanting to do a little DMT and shrooms. So when I say California sober, I'm just meaning weed. I'm just using cannabis and that's it, you guys. I don't take aspirin. I don't take opiates. I don't smoke a cigarette. I don't take a cold medication. I don't do shit. All I do is smoke weed, but I smoke a lot of it and I smoke it all day. And it helps me a great deal. Most people in my position are on weird drugs. I know because the doctors tried to put me on all kinds of weird drugs that affected me weirdly. And I said, no, thank you. I'd rather be weird and mental. So the only thing that helps is the weed. So if you think that's a speech, do you, boo. But I know you're over there drinking your whiskey sours and 8 beers on the weekend. So, you know, whatever. Why am I insensitive? Heather says it's 89 degrees over here. 89 degrees. And Mad Melly says, I'm proud of me. Well, I'm proud of you too, Mad Melly. Buried says, but I'm drunk and high. It's okay. I don't mind if you're drunk, you guys. You guys can drink all the live long day. I'm not AA and I'm not preachy and you can be drunk as you want. I just don't want to drink. It didn't benefit me. I acted like a real asshole on alcohol, and I felt like a real asshole on alcohol. I'm much happier not drinking. I am a much more pleasant person to be around. Look, do you ever watch Jersey Shore? Let me just ask you this. Do you ever watch Jersey Shore? Snooki, JWoww, The Situation, Pauly D. Do you watch how they act when they get drunk? They're so dumb. They're so annoying. Do you know how I acted when I got drunk? I came to that realization one day when I was watching Jersey Shore. I got news for you guys. That's how you guys act when you're drunk too. You just are like puking next to you and like, oh, I'm drunk. Do you know what it looks like to a sober person to watch a drunk person act like that? It's wild. So I don't go to bars anymore. I literally don't go to like music shows anymore because I don't want to be around drunk people. If I see like, especially a drunk woman, if I see a beautiful woman and she's drunk, but she's even more acting out, she's like, I'm so drunk. I am so embarrassed of you. I can't even secondhand watch drunk people or drunk women. It is one of the ugliest things in the world to me is to see a beautiful woman acting drunk and out of control. Another thing to me is to watch a grown man lose his inhibitions and act like a child and act like a boy and use the excuse of being drunk to do so. My husband would never do that. My husband is always a man. My husband's always going to be right there, ready to fight, ready to do something. And my husband would never be like, ugh. You know, now my husband has legal issues from drinking in the past, so he learned the hard way, okay? My husband did prison time. So he never drank again. He never drove again. And when I got married to my husband, that's when I quit drinking. Not because I had done something wrong, but because my husband didn't drink, and I didn't really want to be that wife like drinking next to him. And I tried a little bit at first. When we first got married, I drank. I drank on our honeymoon, and I passed out on our honeymoon drunk. Well, I could have been fucking my husband. So, you know, I just don't drink anymore, and I don't like being around drunk people. So if you are drunk and you're out all the time, maybe watch how you behave, because there are people that don't drink and then we watch you. We watch you like, what is going on there? How's learning the flute? It's non-existent, my friend. It's upstairs in the case rotting. So when should we learn to do that? Should that be a fall project? I want to learn how to learn the flute. So here's what I'm thinking. In the fall, you know, I'm a live streamer. I'll be live streaming me smoking weed, doing all kinds of shit, right? Talking about Marilyn Manson and snuff films. What the fuck? So, maybe in the fall I was thinking we get that flute out, also the violin. I gotta fix that string. And we do one stream a week where I'm literally not paying attention to you. I'm filming myself watching a tutorial on YouTube, learning how to do scales. Learning how to do it on the flute. What do you think about that? Because that is my plan. That's what's going to happen. So over the winter, you guys are going to watch me not just do this in my living room while it's snowing, but learning how to reteach myself how to read music. I played the clarinet for 10 years. I used to do my own little solos at a show, and I can't remember how to read music. I've also done a lot of drugs, but people tell me that I can relearn that and it will come back. So I believe that we're going to reteach me how to read music and how to play the flute, which is similar to the clarinet. I knew the clarinet perfectly. It's the same thing, the flute's just this way. And then the violin. I had a few guitar lessons in my day, so we're going to learn how to do some things. Well, you guys are writing a lot of weird shit in here. My trolls came in, you know, because I told the story, so my trolls came in. Hold up. Let's get rid of some people. Mad Mel says, try it and see how many viewers you may or may not lose. What does that mean? So, Mad Mel, you wouldn't like to see that? You would not watch that? You think I would lose viewers for wanting to learn an instrument on stream? You think that it would be so boring that I would lose viewers? Is that what you're saying? Okay. I'm getting, this is a free speech chat, but if you're going to be so disgusting and so ugly again and again and again, comment after comment after comment after comment, what do you think I am? You think I'm a punching bag? You think I'm a fucking retard? You think I'm an idiot? No, I'm going to take you out of my chat. So you guys can, yeah, that's fine, Mike. You can, no problem. I'm taking a few of you out because you're assholes. It would just depend on whether it was good or not. Well, I'm a pretty successful streamer. I'm a successful streamer just sitting here on my ass doing nothing, babbling. So I would think if I was actually doing something and trying to learn something, it would actually give me viewers. But you might be right. People might hate that. I'm not dogging on you. People might hate that. Have I ever met Courtney Love? Yes, I have. I've met Courtney Love on her worst day ever. Well, probably not, but it was one of my worst days when I met Courtney Love, and she was horrible. I've told that story many times here. You want to hear the Courtney Love story? I'm going to tell it quick because I've told it a bunch of times. I was at the Harbor Inn. It was Adrian's bar. She was a girlfriend of mine. I was there. Richard was there. I was there with my boyfriend, Matt. I was there with a couple other girls. Who walks in? Oh, Trent was there. That's true. That's Trent. Trent was already there. Okay, so a couple of 9 Inch Nails boys were already there, and it was a normal time. Who walks into the bar? Billy Corrigan and Courtney Love, hand in hand, arm in arm, lovers, after Kurt Cobain's death. It was a very gross thing. It was a very bad sight. It was that weird, ugly heroin era, where Billy Corrigan was acting really weird and Courtney Love was acting weird, and they were wearing capes right after Kurt Cobain's death. Yeah, so everybody was having a great time playing darts, drinking beers, and then those two cave dwellers walked in. Courtney Love was wearing a slut slip. It was summertime. You could see her tits right through it. She came in as Billy's girlfriend. They were all over each other. Long story short, by the end of the night, my girlfriend Adrian, she was bartending. Her father owned the bar. The top floor of the bar was closed off to the public, but there were cameras up there. How do I know all this? Because Adrian, okay, she was my best friend. All of a sudden, Adrian comes up to me and says, they're fucking upstairs on the bar. Who's fucking upstairs on the bar? Trent's fucking Courtney Love on the bar. There's nobody up there, and you can't go up there, but there they were on camera fucking. Oh, then there's an empty bar seat next to me. Who sits down? Billy Corrigan. Hi, he says. He gets a drink, and he's like this in his drink. We're making small talk. I'm Jen, I'm Billy. Hi, what's up? He's like, what's up? He's like, my girlfriend's upstairs fucking one of your friends. I was like, he's not really one of my friends. Like, I know Trent, but I, like, don't hang out with him. Like, I know him, but he's not, like, a friend. Like, I dated his friend, and he's around sometimes, but Trent's kind of an asshole. Yeah, buddy. I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to sit here and drink my drink and wait till they're done. Oh, so that's my Courtney Love story. Her and Trent came down sweating, making a whole scene, and then her and Billy Corrigan left. And he left with his tail between his legs with Courtney, arm in arm again. It was very strange and very gross. Oh, that's funny, Phil. I didn't know that. Bill Corrigan and Bill the comedian are half brothers, supposedly, and they look similar. Is that real? That's so funny. And you guys, have you seen Billy Corrigan's podcast here on YouTube? Wow, amazing. And I think he just had Courtney Love on it recently. I didn't watch that one, but I got a laugh out of that. So everybody go check out his new podcast. I wonder if him and Courtney laugh about that night. Courtney Love is disgusting. Yes, she is. And the time I met her, she was disgusting. Do I like a couple Hole songs? Yeah, I do. But did she steal them from Kurt Cobain? Probably. You know, I don't think she wrote them. Or maybe that other lady band member that used to be in Hole with her that had another punk rock band wrote them. But I don't think anything of Courtney Love. I know she was caught 3 days after her husband's death with his credit cards in her pocket, spending them. And so was Dave Grohl. That case is open, so you guys can think whatever you want about that. But I think Foo Fighters is not a band I like to listen to, because I think that Dave Grohl had a little something to do with that shooty shoot. Dave Grohl, I think, got a hold of a nice little notebook of songs, and I'm not saying he killed, but I am saying that Dave Grohl was found 3 days later with Kurt Cobain's card in his pocket using it. And that case is not, but I know what I think of Foo Fighters and Courtney Love. I don't like them. His daughter won't talk with him. I recently saw that his daughter, Dave Grohl's daughter, has a new song out. I listened to it. It mysteriously reminded me of Nirvana as well. So I don't think any of those people have been writing their own music for some time. Courtney Love, Foo Fighters, even Dave Grohl's daughter. I would think maybe he put a song aside and waited for his daughter to get old to when he could exploit her using that song. So I would believe that. You saw him in 2021. You didn't really love it. Look, some of those songs are good. I'm not going to deny it, and I'd be bopping to them. But then I think of that credit card in his pocket, and then I think of Kurt sitting there being shot. And I think Dave Grohl didn't have this type of talent before Nirvana. And if he did, why didn't he bring it to Nirvana? Why wasn't he say it like, Kurt, let me sing a song in Nirvana. Let me write a song in Nirvana. No. All of a sudden, Kurt's dead. There's missing notebooks, and Foo Fighters is coming up with all these songs. It sounds like Nirvana. No. I know what I see. It sounds a little, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, I usually think it's a duck. And I'm usually not popular for thinking that, but I don't usually care either. How much does YouTube pay you? So it's different every month. It depends on the donations I get. If I get super chats, then I split that with YouTube. They take half of that. So that's a big part of it. Let's say I got no donations, and they just pay me on the views, the subscribers, and the comments. That's what I get paid on. So the more of all that and the more time I put into live streaming, the more I get paid. The longer my live stream, the more I get paid. The more comments in my live streaming, the more I get paid. If I live stream tonight instead of tomorrow, the more I'm going to get paid. That guy in chat right now who's bumming me out and pissing me off because he's saying I'm ugly and he doesn't really like me, I'm letting him stay there because guess what? I'm getting paid for his comment, you know? So that's why I don't really take out too many comments. So it's a good couple $100 on the high side. So I've never reached 1,000, but it's under that and it differs. I'll say that. I'm not going to go too much more into that. The donos are a big help. I will say that this month I'll probably have less donos than I've ever had because I lost a pretty good donator because she's insane and she's Clint Eastwood's niece. And so I'm without those donos this month. But I can see what I'm making on my YouTube room every day. So like, let's say for example, if yesterday I was at like 420, let's just pick 420 because I like 420. It's not that, but let's say it was 420. I can work on that today. And if you guys hear me saying a lot of times I'm working on my YouTube, I'm trying to make more money. So the more I stream, the longer my stream, the more trolls I let in here, the more comments, the more we do, the more of you that share it, the more money I get paid. So it's a good deal. Is it a career? Not at all. But I'm a housewife. That's the whole premise of my channel, is that I'm a kept housewife that doesn't work. And this is my hobby. So the fact that this is my hobby and they're going to pay me, you know, under $1,000 on the high side of the hundreds just for doing this, hey, thank you. And to you donators who donate to me that really tie those ends up for me, hey, thank you. Really appreciated. I think that's cool. I never ever, when I first started live streaming, thought that I would be monetized. I never thought that would happen. I never ever thought when I first started live streaming, the first 3 years, I never thought that anybody would donate to me. Anybody, ever. I've never asked for a donation, but you guys certainly are giving. So it's a huge chunk of what I've been making lately. I've only been remonetized now. This will be like a 7 month again. And then I was monetized last summer before I lost my entire channel. How'd I lose my entire channel? Another YouTuber took it down and nuked it because she was mad at me. And I lost all my content, my monetization, and everything for the whole summer and had to start again. So this is me starting again. And I couldn't just start again right away. I had to do 8 months worth of watch time. I had to do 8 months worth of work to be good enough to have YouTube to ask me again to be a partner again. So it's not like you can just become a live streamer and get monetized and make money. You have to have a certain amount of hours in watch hours that people are watching you for a long time, a certain amount of numbers, subs, all of it before YouTube offers you that partnership. And when they do, they take half your money, and they're only offering you that partnership because they know I'm making the money and they're going to take half of it. So that's how that works, you guys. It's a money thing to joke about. It's nothing that you could live off of either, though. How will I have my hair when I do my flute and violin tutorial? How will I have my hair? I will have it every way that I always wear it. Honey, I'm a girl that changes my hairstyle every day. I never wear my hair the same way. When I wake up in the morning, I'm that girl that's like, ooh, I want to look pretty for Skippy. I know a lot of people are like depressed, lay in bed, like don't want to get, I'm like, as soon as I open my eyes, I'm like, ooh, let's get up. Let's paint my nails. Let's do something pretty with my hair. What color pink? What are we wearing? So, I mean, I change my hairstyle here for every stream. I'll be doing it for that for every stream, sweetie. Sometimes I'm sure as the violin and the flute, it will be flowing down. Sometimes as I'm doing, I'm sure I'll have it tied up. Maybe I'll have the pom-poms like I've been doing. Maybe I'll have the side braid. I like it a lot of different ways. Thanks for the report. Deleted them. Who'd you delete, dear King? What are you talking about? Oh, it's so hot. When will it stop being this hot? Okay, let's get up and let's do a spin for you. Someone asked for a fit check. Okay, the fit check. It's not that great. It's not that great today. We are wearing athletic shorts. Hot pink with a gray stripe. We have the gray wife beater, but it's lacy with a matching pink bra. So that's the fit check. No dress today. No skirts. Simply shorts and a tank top. So that's how it goes today. Ooh, I was going to paint the front steps on live stream. Do I still do that? I don't even know. I was going to paint the front steps, but I got caught up in story after story after story. Dear King, you're not a racist? Glad to hear it. What brand am I wearing? What do you mean? What brand of what? I don't know. What shirt? What? I don't know. Bra. This is probably a Victoria's Secret bra. Do you want to check? Let's look at the bra. What is it? Oh, the tags. I don't know. I don't know. I would have let you look. Oh, here's a tag on this. What brand is this? 89% cotton. The rest is polyester. That's all I know about that. What brand are you wearing? Hebe was being racist. That's okay. You can be racist in my chat because I have a free speech chat. Hebe is also one of my trolls, you guys. Hebe's not a regular chatter like you are, you guys. Ann Howell, here's what I'm telling you. Because I'm a successful streamer, I have trolls. Trolls are what comes in here to bother you guys, okay? And bother me. That's going to happen on every live stream. They're probably not even racist either, but what they do is they put up a racial slur tower on the side. Okay, that's what I'm going to call that. Every chat room, if you go where there's a successful streamer, you're going to have that. I can't get rid of that. But here's what you can do, Ann Hollowell. You can get rid of it. You can block Hebe by yourself. Did you know that? You, Ann, can hit Hebe's name in chat, and it will give you an option to block him. So everybody in chat, you can block my trolls. I just explained to you why I don't block my trolls, because they make me money, okay? Also, if you want to be racist in my chat, I'm not racist, but you can be. If look, I'm MAGA and I support Trump. But if you're a Democrat and you hate that, you can do that too. I have a free speech chat. So if you think differently than me and you want to talk about that in my chat, that's fine. I don't care. So if you care, you can block them yourselves, you guys. Hebe is always going to be here because Hebe is one of my trolls. I don't think she was talking about you being racist, sweetie. I think she was talking about Hebe. And Hebe is my racist troll. So that's what he is, and that's his job here. Anne says I'm not a Democrat. I was just making an example, sweetie, of Democrats. I would never call you a Democrat. I would never be that cruel. Donnie Mark says I'm okay with that kind of racism. I'm not against it myself that much either. Vibe says I wasn't being racist. I was just being curious because they look really good and the shorts look really great. Thank you. Yes, nobody thought, Vibes, that you were being racist. Nobody's talking about you, sweetie. They were talking about Hebe. Anne is upset about Hebe. And if Hebe upsets you, trust, this might not be the chat for you because a lot of people like that come in here. And why? They're trying to get a reaction out of me, sweetie. So I stopped streaming. So I know better than to give them any energy. What else are they trying to do? They're trying to get a reaction out of people like you, Anne. Why? Because they want you to leave my chat. They think if they're obnoxious and racist, that you'll get so offended that you'll leave my chat. But I promise you, Anne, if you go to someone else's chat and they're a successful streamer, same thing going on there. We can't stop the trolls. We can't. Only you can stop the trolls yourself, you guys. You can't be racist if you have everyone. LOL. Works for me. Yeah, works for me too. And I saw it before you deleted it. I read it out loud. I'm with you. I don't give a fuck. You guys can think whatever you want. If you want to be racist, you can be racist. If you want to be politically stupid, be that. If you want to be an axe murderer over there, you can do it. If you're shooting up meth in my chat, I don't advocate for that, but you can do that. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just here streaming. What you people do in the chat really makes no difference to me. The only difference to me is if you guys are under 18, then I don't want you here. If you guys are doxing me or my friends or my family, then I don't want you here. Or if you are coming at me every fucking single comment for 20 minutes, then I'll take you out. I'll let you have a few looks at me if you want to tell me I'm old and ugly and you hate me and that makes you feel better for your day. Okay, you get it in me. Hopefully you won't beat your wife or something today, okay? But if you're going to come at me and I see 20 comments in there, I'm going to take you out, okay? Because I don't need that either. Yeah, and people will race bait in here. You know, they'll try to get you to say things, too. So, watch it. Watch your asses. Hazard says, I'm Mexican. Hello, Hazard. Nice to meet you. Huh. Donnie Marks says, I don't think you shoot up meth. Okay. Ann Howell says, I'm white. Okay. Roadkid says, I thought Vibes was being very racist. Well, then don't pay attention to him, you guys. I didn't even see Vibes' comment in here, and I'm ignoring him, so I would advise you to do the same. Why don't we look at Mike Lowry's comment? He says, good morning. Heather, look at Heather Navarro. She used to be a mod here, and she's my friend. She sees the problem. She knows the problem, and she knows you guys have a problem with it. So if you scroll back, you'll see that Heather did a tower of her own, and it says killer. You know why? Because she's trying to stop my troll from writing the N-word, and she's getting in the middle there. She's intercepting him like a football player in NFL, and she's putting the word killer in there. Why? Is killer the nice word? No, not to you guys that don't know what's going on, but killer is the name of my 16-year-old Chihuahua. So Heather is trying to combat the racial slur towers with towers of the names of my pets. So thank you, Heather Navarro, for being so cute and wonderful in the chat. Hazard, nice to meet you too. Blessings to you. Donnie says I look good. Bleed Blue says, how old are you? I'm 56 years old. I was born in 1969. How old are you? So I have Killer, the 16-year-old special needs Chihuahua, and she's amazing. She's a little bit of a bitch. That's why we named her Killer. And then I have Baxter, the 15-year-old special needs Yorkie. And he's a little pot-belly pig. He's so cute and old, and he can hardly see. And he has special needs. And then we just adopted a bonded pair, a 7-year-old Boston Terrier and a 6-year-old French Bulldog. And they're amazing. So you guys, where am I from? So read the name of my channel. I'm the Real Housewife of Cleveland. So I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, you guys. Ohio, Midwest Ohio. Old enough to know better, too young to care. Exactly. They are adorable. They need to go potty outside. You want to see them? I'll let them out. I'll bring them out so you guys can see them. It's about that time.